problem, guys?
Just scoping your civilian wardrobe.
Pretty cool, huh?
For a fashion victim.
Listen, buddy, if you're looking for the diet frozen yogurt bar, it went out of business last summer.
Actually, I'm looking for a Batman number 14.
That's a very serious book, man.
Only 5 in existence.
4, actually. I'm always looking out for the other 3. Look, you can't put the Superman number 77s with the 200s. They haven't even discovered red kryptonite yet. And you can't put the number 98s with the 300s. Laurie Lamaris hasn't even been introduced.
Where the hell are you from? Krypton?
Phoenix, actually. But lucky me, we moved here.
So old now.
Positivity. It is GDC. Everybody, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, an exciting week. GDC. Not a lot gets announced at GDC. I went through looking for news, and there wasn't really much coming from the floor. Oh, hi, I'm Christopher Antista.
I'm Brett Elston.
I'm Michael Raparez.
And we have...
I'm Veronica Belmont.
Yay! Veronica's back, as per your request. Sorry, was that loud for
I
anybody?
forgot about that.
Yeah.
I will withhold all Castlevania references till
Taco Belmont.
Taco Belmont.
Taco Belmont returns.
Taco Belmont. Are you a fan of Taco Belmont, or is that going to stick?
Oh, no, it's fine.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. Because we have...
Hey, Vern!
We have Vern Schroyer.
Yeah,
You with
I'm
that?
okay with that.
All right, sweet. Sweet.
Taco Belmont's probably my favorite, if only for the Photoshop jobs.
Oh, yeah,
Pretty-
there was a
pretty
couple
good.
Photoshops. Have you seen your TalkRadar wiki page?
Someone told me about that, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I
How do I
forget-
get to it? Am I
it's-
going to be appalled?
I think if you just Google TDAR Wiki,
No, it's
it
more of an
should show
insult
up.
to me, I think.
Your page is robust and paints you out to be some sort of just mindless deviant.
That's fine. I mean, it makes me look way, like Tyler and I both said, it makes us look way more interesting than we actually are.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, when all that seeps through are highlights. What a great life.
Yeah. You didn't see me replaying the same level. I don't have a game. We
You
were
didn't
at
see
a-
me spend 3 hours playing Super Street Fighter 4 practicing one combo.
Yeah.
Now I can crack that sucker off like that.
dedication.
You
So
didn't
one combo.
You didn't
down.
see the sense of the general sense of revulsion on my girlfriend's face. She watches how I conduct my daily life and that kind of stuff. But we had a lot of parties. I got more hammered at the Disney party than I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, GDC is like a mini E3, but it was really lousy with really loaded with parties. There were like 2 or 3 every night, and I'm at this point I'm wore out physically. I just want to go home and
I know.
sleep.
I've never
World's
really.
smallest violin, Brett.
I
Yeah.
drink all the time. I've never been this hungover.
Yeah, like normally I shouldn't have this
You were
problem.
hungover today?
I was incredibly hungover.
You
It was
seemed you
terrible.
were maintaining at the Rock Band party.
I'm so glad you left before whenever that switch was flipped.
Yeah.
Because I would remember just for about 20 minutes I was swallowing my own spit, just saying, don't vomit, don't vomit, don't vomit, don't vomit.
The drinks
don't
at
vomit.
that thing were so
They were
stiff. Like
wicked
it's
strong.
like here's a bottle of vodka and a dash of cranberry.
Yeah, I forgot to eat. Oh, you're on your page. What did your page say?
It says that you began idolizing me the moment you became a big boy and stopped wearing diapers at age 15. Also, another notable fact: if you don't know Spaghetti Cat, get the fuck out.
Did
I
you
don't
say
know.
that?
I don't know. I don't remember saying that.
Do you know who Spaghetti Cat is?
Of course, I know who
Okay.
Spaghetti
You may have
Cat
said that
is.
once and someone remembered and put it in there.
Yeah, and also I have abnormally large feet.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
Did you say that?
Maybe.
I wouldn't call them. They're misshapen, definitely. I wouldn't call them
Misshapen.
abnormally large.
No, well, I wear like a 9.
A 9?
That's kind of big for a girl,
That's
but
like a 13 in boys.
I'm a healthy lady.
All right. Working out those feet.
Yeah. No, I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, I hope Quentin Tarantino's listening.
I wouldn't call them abnormal. I mean, Paris Hilton's like an 11. That's abnormal.
11?
Is she really?
She's a size 11.
Whoa.
She has a whole shoe line for large-footed ladies.
Wow. God, I weren't 11.
That almost gives her
Well,
depth.
that's not the same.
I
shoe
know,
size.
but like
Okay.
the number is just
Yeah.
the connection is later in the podcast.
Later in the podcast.
I have the inaugural results of the TalkRadar hotline.
Oh, yes. And this is going to be a short one. We apologize because we're all very busy this week and we all kind of hurt.
The Games Developer Conference was predictably busy, so
But
we have
got
some
two
we
interviews.
have some interviews in here. We've got we talked to High Voltage, we talked to them about the grinder and
Legion of Heroes.
You don't even
Tournament
remember
of
what
Le-
you did.
Tournament of Legends.
Tournament of Champions.
Tournament of Legends, bro. You'll find out in the
Tournament
interview
of
what the game was
something,
called.
something.
It was an admittedly very pretty Wii game for Fighter. I will admit that it was pretty cool. And then we also talked on Tuesday to Activision about War for Cybertron, which I should have a preview up today on the site as well. Which, if you love Transformers, it's going to be really cool. It's just
crazy.
But that'll be up a little later. And
Look at
but
that.
first,
does anybody want to go into our top 7?
let's do that. Thing you
Yay!
suggested.
I should start using more sound effects. Top 7. What was our top 7?
Top 7 was this week was written by the UK staff. It was top 7 ways games can transform you into a superior human being. It's a conceptual top 7 instead of a top 7 listing games or aspects of games. It's actually about gaming as a whole and as a culture thing. And they're semi-serious,
No,
but they all have some kind of slight basis in reality. Like number 7.
I started to looking up like actual studies where
Right.
he could prove his case pretty easily.
Yeah, like number 7 on the list.
Hold on,
Give
let
me-
me.
Number 7.
Yes, Jesus.
Do we not have a Casey
Do
Kasem
we
like
still have to do
voice?
that? Number 7.
Number 7.
Number 7.
And coming in at number
Probably
7.
get a number
I
7.
thought that was going away.
Metal Gear Solid boobies.
All the way down from number 64.
Number 64.
Number 7,
Number
games. A way a game can transform you.
Excuse me.
Dude, play it back. I spoke clearly.
All right. All right.
Games give you heightened concentration.
This is sort of true. I don't know. I can't say personally because a lot of these studies are done with guess what? ADHD, which I suffer from. I'll admit, and
You say you do, or you?
I concentrate more on games than I do on anything else. I don't.
Right.
But you know what? I also concentrate on things that interest me. So
Yeah, exactly.
So I had trouble in school.
It is kind of almost a cockamamie pseudoscience thing. Like, well, yeah, if I like it, I will focus on it. Like, as a kid on Ritalin running up and down the walls, what did they do? They showed me Godzilla, and I watched Godzilla movies for the next 9 fucking years because it was a fire-breathing dinosaur. So, I mean, that doesn't mean Godzilla turns me into a...
Did you tell your Ritalin story?
I'm sure I have.
You
It's
have?
not on my wiki, though, how I almost died, so...
You almost died.
Somebody
Oh,
find
man.
it. Yeah.
My parents tried to put me on Ritalin, and I just remember
Oh,
because
yeah.
it changed my mood, and then I just kind of snapped to like back to old Chris when I was swinging an axe at my parents in the garage after setting my backpack on fire,
I do remember
and I was
this.
like, "Whoa! Oh, I'm on speed! I am a little kid on speed. That is how this all happened."
What happened? They said it was destroying my white blood cell
Yeah.
count, and I was about to be
my
airlifted.
God.
I was about to be airlifted to a fucking hospital, and it was literally like, you know, the reference I made was in The Simpsons where Homer has his hands in 2 vending machines and they're about to cut his arms off, and they're like, "Have you tried letting go of the cans?" And he's like, "Your point being," and they were literally like, "Wait, what if we just take him off the Ritalin?"
The white
And that
blood
was the
cells
magic
rushing
idea,
back.
and it's like, oh, it was the speed. That's what was killing
It
your
was the
son.
speed. Yeah, when it comes to Ritalin, know your limits.
Am
You
I the
gotta
only
build a
person
tolerance.
whose experience with Ritalin was mostly positive? That it helped me concentrate on things which I had no interest in whatsoever?
Well, we didn't discuss its younger brother Adderall.
I wasn't on Adderall. I
No.
was on Ritalin.
I think it's largely a case-by-case situation.
Either way, we're going to have a contest. We're going to give away Ritalin and Adderall. My old prescriptions from when I was a
See
little
what
kid.
works better.
They're expired, which means they're probably really potent.
Really good.
Like a finely
It's like
aged
drinking.
wine.
It's like drinking a Mountain Dew from the 70s.
Or it won't do anything, one of the two.
Okay. The concentration. I did read. I tried to look up a study, and this just applies to almost everything. According to a study by educational specialist Tammy McGraw, sixth graders.
An educational ologist.
Educational specialist, 6th graders. She put 62 6th graders on a program where they played DDR for an hour a day, and they took a reading test, and they took another reading test 3 months later, and the kids who had played DDR had improved, including, what did I write down? Showed improved scores on reading tests, including improvement in receptive coding skills and memory retention, and the ability to remember specific things.
The internet is
internet.
bad for concentration.
Yes.
Video games are good for concentration.
The internet, as I've noticed in working on it, doesn't require that much of your time. We were having a bad discussion on people not getting jokes.
Yeah.
And we were like, the reason why the internet doesn't get more complaints is because it's so much easier to leave a website and never go back. Like, you know, like if Letterman says something that pisses you off, I only got 3 channels and he's on every night. Like,
Right.
I complain. The internet, just run the fuck away. If you're even mildly bored, so we kind of have to try and stimulate you at all times.
Just close the window, go somewhere else. Like
Yeah.
you've got a billion opportunities. The most taxing of which is complaining, like writing a Word document and formal complaint, or you could just close the
But
tab.
ironically, that is usually what people use the internet for.
It is
bitching and moaning
in the
about
comments.
But in like a argumentative state, not so much a formal complaint. Like I want this taken down.
Yeah.
Like I, as a person, find this material
I thought
offensive.
this was irresponsible.
I don't know.
This ties in great to number 6. Number 6. Jesus, why don't I have punch-out noises? Number 6.
Games make you more intelligent.
Make you more intelligent. We just was a military article by Ray Parez. Remember we brought that up a while back?
Military article.
That was he was a military doctor.
Oh, yeah.
But Ray Parez, actually not Michael.
Nope.
But I forget what these statistics were. Are.
Ray Parez.
Hey, whoa! We do not say the R word. Any of them.
I said Ray Parez.
I couldn't even get out read at that point. No more R words. Don't say it. Number 5 is what? Hand-eye coordination.
We just totally skipped 6.
Big time.
Big time, you think?
Oh yeah.
All right, we're gonna test this.
We just
throw
totally
something at you.
Were we done with 6?
No, I'm really good at catching popcorn in my
We
mouth.
just mentioned 6.
We are done with 6. Catching popcorn.
How are we
Yeah.
done with 6?
What was 6? I forgot what it was. Makes
Games
you smarter.
make you more intelligent.
What do you got? What do you
Isn't
got?
that
on
the whole point of this article?
Hold on, excuse me. Games make you smarter and increase your concentration. None of which I'm showing right now. What? Number 6.
What's this word? Pluffing?
Plowing?
Oh, yeah.
Bluffing?
Ploofing?
I guess that's how
So
they
this is
spell
what
it
you
over
guys
there.
had to say?
Do you have anything to say?
No. Makes you smarter. They just
Okay,
they
then.
just do.
Well, the
You
argument's
just-
what? The more things you do things, it works your brain. That makes you smarter.
This is true.
Spinning in a chair works my brain.
Makes your synapses
This is-
fire faster.
This is, but I think almost all the. I like the top 7, but almost all the points are.
Does it count if you're drunk playing video games?
Maybe they balance. It's a break even.
I have actually found I can't enjoy like a really dumb game unless I've been drinking a lot. I don't know. I
think you could put a blank. I don't enjoy unless I drink a lot, and then put in what you will.
Uh-oh. Am I already there?
I think if you go back to the last 92,
Man, I
91
can't
podcasts,
enjoy my grandparents' funerals.
every year there's 2 sets of grandparents going down.
No.
Number 5, let's do this.
Number 5.
Hand-eye coordination.
Man, I rolled my eyes so hard my contact went off.
Number 5, hand-eye coordination. Yes, Veronica says yes. And I only offer, as a case study, no with our own Henry Gilbert, because I throw him something once a day that he does not catch, drops, falls to the ground, and he plays a lot of games.
I think this also goes into, this may be, I don't know the rest of the list, but I think this is where the flight simulator, Air Force studies of people who grew up playing flight sims, racing sims, got a head start with that, and not even like the super, Microsoft Flight Simulator, but even just in general being aware of like existing in a 3D space and knowing that your wings are this far and to get through tight space. Like everyone who came into the Air Force after like a certain age or a certain period when games were popular got it all much faster and were able to embody themselves as the plane, because you have to pretend that the plane is you. That's what came into this.
I wonder.
That was deep.
I was trying.
Is it hand-eye coordinate? Is it the same thing as like reaction time?
No,
think
not
that's
really
right.
the same thing.
No, they're-
but in the same family, in the same vein.
Okay. All right. Well, we can move on to number 4.
Which should mean that
Oh
all
my God, this
gamers
must be short.
all
Oh.
gamers would be good at football, catching in football.
This is true. All gamers will
But it's not.
eventually
No, but then
give
there's
birth.
all the running,
the running,
the
that's
running and the
problem.
kicking
See?
and the
the falling down,
getting hit.
getting hit. That
3
game's
years.
stupid.
Gamers are
Yeah.
going to give birth to a new legion of jocks. It's going to be this weird cycle. Number 4.
Games increase stamina.
This one's a little
Really?
bit sketchy.
Really?
I think he's suggesting, well, certainly not physical stamina, because sitting in some sort of sedentary hobby does not make you physically fit. But it does. It goes back to the focus thing, like the thing I just said. I spent about an hour
6
practicing.
hours playing a game
Yeah.
in one sitting. That's stamina.
It does. It aids complacency.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
don't know
good.
if that's the same thing, but okay.
I had some statistic to a long time ago. I wish I could remember where it was from, but it was that playing a game on an arcade joystick and buttons burns more calories than a walk. depending on how long you do it.
I can totally believe that. Or even playing as waning as it is, playing something like Rock Band, especially the drums.
Yeah.
Like if you play that,
God,
you are sweating, and you're, if you're doing it properly.
Dude, I lost like 10 pounds on
Singing
with
actually
DDR.
burns a lot of calories. Too.
Really?
Singing does, yeah.
It builds the stomach muscles.
Such a strong throat.
You should see after Lips Party. Yeah, my diaphragm is massive.
That's what she said.
Is that how we should end the podcast? That is not what she said.
I know, that
She
was
shouldn't say
weak.
that.
And here's
was weak.
War for Cybertron.
She should. And War for Cybertron, number triple.
Games give you the ability to multitask.
This is undeniable.
I'll actually credit this to Windows 95, who invented the term multitask.
I would have attributed to what came first, Windows 95 or RTSs?
Probably RTSs.
RTSs,
Yes,
definitely. That's all they are is multitasking. Like
Yeah.
if you can't multitask, you can't play an RTS.
Resource management. So, are we just discrediting? We've done it before. We've gone through a top 7 and just said, actually, this is bullshit.
I think if we weren't around for your writing process, man, we really are
I've
negative
kind of
Nellies.
agreed with everything so
It's
far.
been a rough week.
It has been a rough.
It's been a rough week, but also like there was a top 7 Charlie wrote, and then he wasn't here, and we were like, Charlie, this was a bullshit list.
I didn't say it was bullshit. I said definitely multitask, and
It is true. Well,
It helps
I
me-
understand. As someone who has to write these kinds of features, I understand why they're in it. It's just
I don't enjoy multitasking in RTSs.
I want to write one of these top 7s. Can I do that?
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay, throw out a pitch.
I've been meaning to do a reverse sexism. Well, it's not really reverse sexism. Like the top maybe 7 hot PS3 guys.
It doesn't sound sexy enough.
No, but
I'm just-
really, I've got the list down already. Actually, I would
PS3
need
guys.
like 2 more.
as someone who can approve this, I approve this.
I approve this.
Because we don't have anyone to write the list.
Right. Can you pay me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, but not very.
Pizza?
Yes.
Totally. Yeah.
All
We
right.
can
If any
pay
of you would
pizza
like to
for
write
sure.
articles paid in pizza,
pizza and thank yous.
We will send to your
Generous
house.
Thank you.
Just no guarantee on the freshness because we won't
No.
make any effort to preserve it whatsoever.
only cheese. Nobody gets any toppings.
We will just throw a slice that we buy from a pizzeria into a box
Oh, it'll be local.
and ship it to you. We won't even seal the package.
This is nice. With dry ice.
There will be nothing to prevent a hobo from fucking with it on route.
So I'm going to go to a pizza place on the street. I'm going to get pizza in a cardboard box. I'm going to write an address on it.
Yeah, we
And
will.
then
We will
just-
pay you in danger.
This is a fantastic
Pay you
top
food
7.
poisoning.
Number 2.
This I do agree
I
with.
love this.
Games give you a better awareness of your surroundings, which goes a little bit also back to the flight
Ooh,
simulator.
disagree.
No?
Not in the real world.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's talking about. What do you mean? Yeah, I don't think he's talking about like playing games and ignoring things that are
Because
going
that's
on
how
around
I took
you.
it.
Yeah, I know it. Like,
Oh no, yeah, the image. he
Spatial
has-
relationships, like real
That,
in real
that
life.
and also his image shows like gamer view is Call of Duty screenshot, the guns out, and you see the guy behind the bush, the guy up on this perch. That's a way out. That's a possible flank
Everything's in
spot.
sharp focus.
Everything's in sharp focus, and the non-gamer view might be like, what a pretty tree, and they're not noticing all these other things that are going on. And maybe it makes you more aware. Like after playing so much Tony Hawk, I became much more aware of architecture.
yeah.
And now, because of the Tony Hawk series, I anytime I'm in a city, I actually notice buildings and nooks and crannies and things, and I never had that before.
More observant.
More observant.
Not
Number
buying
8.
it.
No, as
Not-
one of
not
the
buying
least
it.
observant
Here-
people I know,
Nope.
I refute that.
As what?
I said, as one of the least observant people I know, I refute that.
How do you get to be the least observant person?
I ignore obvious things.
I was the one who forgot I was wearing a fucking Disney watch
Oh,
for like
shit,
5
I didn't
hours.
You
realize
said you were
that
going to
animal
give me
was
that
in my
Disney
seat.
watch.
I said I was going to
You
give
said
this to
that
you.
last night. You did say that.
I did?
Give me the watch.
God damn
Give me
it.
the. I don't really want it.
Fucking pretty people. You just give them things. This sucks.
Chris, I've got one.
Wow, cool watch.
Chris, do you want mine?
Yes.
No.
I can't imagine wearing it anywhere.
It is an elaborate
It is
watch.
very big.
You were drunk.
It is very gaudy. Well, usually,
not
for some reason,
gaudy.
I think you'll never do the show unless I give you something.
It's a free watch.
I was expecting pizza tonight.
You will get pizza tonight. Pizza
I'm
is
like
guaranteed.
very singularly minded.
Pizza is guaranteed. With anything you want on it. What do you want? Bacon and pineapple? It's done.
Ooh, sausage and peppers.
Sausage and peppers.
Yeah.
That we can't do.
That's not in the pizza budget.
Aware of your surroundings.
I agree with this. I really do.
Aware of your surroundings.
I think you're fooling yourself.
Maybe.
No,
but it's a happy fool.
I wondered.
I want to be ignorant.
When I say I want to get good at this FPS, I have to learn this map.
Right.
And it's not necessarily for it's not necessarily looking for areas of strategy or where everything is. It's more to notice, because in a multiplayer game, you need to notice every minute difference in the environment.
But that
because
doesn't
that's what
necessarily
people are.
translate to real world.
This was not brought up in the article. None of
You know when you're
It-
playing
it-
a game like that over time, the things you have to look for. You're paying attention to it.
I think we're automatically in tune. I'm always looking for snipers anyway.
Just out of habit.
No, I'm on the CIA's watch list.
Well, I swear that there was another study of something like gamers, anytime there's people are trying to prove no games are good, promise. There was something that whole reaction time while driving of reacting to a car, oh my god, or a pedestrian shooting at that they were testing people the same way that Air Force pilots were tested. Like they did learn skills that translated into the real world by spending so much time playing games. Now, obviously, me playing Street Fighter does not make me a good Street Fighter, but me logging 700 hours into a hardcore flight sim when I sit in
how
a
to roll
cockpit.
cancel in real life.
Yeah, dude, I can't focus attack dash cancel in real life.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But like these first person shooters, not being number one in the ranks of Modern Warfare 2, you put them in a real firefight, they're fucked. Like that doesn't translate because the first time you can't.
Although it would be amusing to see them try.
That would be hilarious. even paintball, because getting hit with paintball sucks. Stings. It's a
That's
bitch.
the only thing keeping me from playing.
It sucks.
You ever played
Always
paintball
wanted
yet?
to try paintball.
You've been working this business for like 5 years.
I
You've
know.
never been forced on a paintball trip.
I'm scared of
it leaves
the
welts.
Yeah,
It leaves
wear
welts.
layers is my advice.
I
Dude,
can't damage the moneymaker. I got.
And yeah, it was great.
Are you
They'll,
pointing at your feet?
If I get the moneymaker.
they'll give you a helmet to protect your head and everything.
Oh, good, all right.
But like, what
but
sucks?
not your ears.
I had a whole head thing, so my head, all brain case, everything was good, but your neck is exposed because unless they give you a complete suit of armor, your
And
neck
then it looks like you got hickeys from.
oh god, like they're like, yeah, if you get hit right
Charles
in the jugular
Foreman.
with one of those, we'll probably have to take you to the hospital. So now, but it puts you a real fear, and that's what makes paintball a great how would you really behave in a firefight?
Wait a sec, who the hell is Charles Foreman? I meant George Foreman.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
just had to clear
don't know why
that
I
up.
heard George Foreman, but I don't know why he'd be giving hickeys.
Because they'd be really
Big or
Okay.
Because he's
drained
strong.
of grease because of his
Yeah.
grill.
Closed the grill on me?
Delicious.
Yeah, delicious.
Greasy
They'd be
and painful.
flattened.
Yeah.
All right. We'll get into number one. Not too loud.
Number one.
Number one.
Antonio
Gaming
Banderas.
increases determination. The idea here is you'll be focused to collect all the pigeons, all the coins, all the audio diaries, all of this. And again, I don't know.
You know how I took this? I took this as sometimes in real life I'll work really hard to a goal and get there and realize I don't think this is worth it.
Yeah.
In games you kind of get used to that. Like the end is never the reward; it's more the process.
So it lowers your expectations. Is what
Not
you're saying,
lowers your
for
expectation,
real life.
but really it's the journey and getting
It's
there
the
and learn how to
journey,
appreciate
man, not
that.
Well, I have
destination.
to say that my need to complete quests and get accomplishments has translated into real life. Like I wear this Fitbit thing.
What is
the
Fitbit?
track, it's a pedometer.
Really?
Yeah, with an accelerometer built in, and it tracks the number of steps I take every day.
So it's practically a Wii at this point.
Well, yeah, and it basically I'm wearing a Wii. That sounded wrong. But, I like getting, real world points for things. Or even games like Foursquare.
I was going to say Foursquare and Yelp are probably...
Yeah.
Wait, are you the mayor of South San Francisco, or
I am.
you are?
Of future US, yeah, right now.
This has to change. This has to change. I'm not gonna let Veronica be the
I'm only
king
here
of the
4
social
days a
media.
week, man.
I know.
It's not that hard.
Really should get on it.
You guys just gotta buck up.
Thing is, I don't use the internet most of the day. That's because
on your phone.
I'm so productive.
Oh,
Don't.
because you're working so
I'm
hard.
all I do. All I do is
Work.
The output on this guy, it's unbelievable. On the internet, no less.
All right, games increase determination. That was the top seven.
Well, all right.
Go. You want to do it? Keep going.
I was going to say, I the same thing where we all suffer from it, writing all these feature lists where we're like, I want to write a list on whatever, and it's like, I don't want to half-ass this list. I want it to be right. Like, it's not enough to go, the top 5 best things, bleh. I want it to be defensible, and even if it is kind of flame baiting and dig bait, I do want it to at least be, I actually believe this list, not Well, that took me 30 minutes to write a list. Of course it did. But when I'm, say, maybe grabbing every skeleton in video games that no one will ever read.
Yeah. I tried to grab every skateboarding game involving, like, specifically skateboarding.
Yeah. There's all kinds of shit
almost killed
like that.
me, and no one looked.
It's hidden all over Radar. If you want every shoe.
Oh, what did we just...
It's there.
You had the 15 Years of Fight.
The 15 Years of Fight.
Which is great.
It's all the fight screens of various fighting games.
Fight. And that was right up against my gaming's most important farty butts.
Farty butts?
Like every instance of farting in like every one I could find in like the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
We have every
Just
skeleton.
What was the best one?
The best one, I really like the Mortal Kombat finishing move and the texture on Nintendo 64 Conker's poop.
The shitting cow, that's the British cows. Oh, I've got a right case of the shits.
Or the one Michael showed me from Shrek, because he has a burp button who just happens to fart every like 6 burps. So just
it's the most fucking reprehensible game in the world.
Yes.
There literally is a fart button. God, it doesn't do anything.
No.
Yeah,
It's cosmetic.
But you just spam on that while filming, and it's funnier than the rest of the game.
It's like virtual fluff.
And every one of the movies. No one likes Shrek bashing, apparently.
The third movie. I'll say that. It's much better than the third.
Man, those Matrix references
What kind
really
of
hold
social
up.
deviant are you to bash Shrek?
Fuck Shrek. It's all a bunch of like American Idol parodies and
Yeah.
Matrix parodies.
It's like
I
scary.
haven't seen one since the second one.
It's like
Are there like a million more?
I'm just
There's one
gonna be
more
a
and a
fourth.
sequel on the way, and the third one is unwatchable.
It's basically Pixar's scary movie. It's people just making, hey, we got a bunch of new references to make.
Do you want me to correct you and tell you that's DreamWorks?
Yeah, it's Pixar's the real thing.
I
Just
see.
like Scream is the real
I see.
movie, and then they
My
made
Shrek is to Pixar what Scary
Yeah.
Movie is to actual film.
We have
Yes.
We have to. I just want to get one or two more things out, and we're going to scream into these interviews. You know what? Opening up the podcast this week was a little clip from The Lost Boys, because who did we lose this week?
Oh, poor
Corey
Corey.
No, wrong Corey.
Oh, that's right. They
How
had to
many
put up a
times do you think
headline
you got
saying
that
he's
this
not
week?
dead.
Yeah, apparently his agent had no idea for hours. Corey Haim died, and I made sport of that in a way I don't feel particularly great about. In terms of quality,
You're a bad person.
I found a video game that
I knew
Corey
that
Haim
already.
starred in.
But real quick, in
What?
case, I bet a lot of people listening have no idea who Corey Haim is.
This is true. He was half of the Coreys.
I have a barely
The Coreys,
working knowledge.
Dream a Little Dream, The Lost Boys, Lucas.
It was a teen idol in the
Some other
80s.
things.
Yeah. He had a hotline that Veronica probably called when it entered Corey.
No, I wasn't into the
No.
Coreys. I was
You weren't
a
into
little
the
bit,
Coreys?
That was a little before my time.
Richard Grieco?
Yeah.
No.
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 No,
Tommy
I was
the-
into Devon Sawa.
Who was that?
He was in like Night of the Twisters, and he was like a
wait,
one
wait.
of those
That?
child actors.
No.
He was in Casper,
Casper, what the
the
fuck?
friendly ghost.
You
So-
always struck me as a JTT person.
No.
No?
No. No.
So were you at the right age to choose if you liked Tommy the Red Ranger or Jason the Green Ranger?
Oh, I did watch Power Rangers. Yeah.
Well, one of
Actually, I was a
Tommy.
little old for that, but I still
Damn
watched
it.
it.
Yeah, I
I still
know.
watched
I can't.
it.
I'm trying to find
My
anyone.
brother watched it, and I
trying to find
kind of
anyone that's actually in the
hung out with
range
him.
that was Power Rangers age appropriate, because I was just old enough that I
Yeah.
couldn't be like, I can't do this. But then I don't know. I'm trying to find anyone that was actually there and was like, fuck yeah, Power Rangers.
I was really interested in girls, and I knew why that wasn't reciprocated, and I was making measures to correct that. And Power Rangers was part of the last,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last leg
They were like the last
in
thing.
childhood.
I remember being jealous of the Pink Ranger.
God,
What was her name? Her name was Kimberly,
Kimberly.
in real life. Yeah,
Had a
Kimberly. No,
badass
on the show.
pterodactyl.
Amy Jo.
Amy,
something.
yeah, Amy Jo Johnson.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Oh, wow.
Why the
Veronica wasn't here.
do
The
we know
stories
that?
I
I
could
don't
tell.
know. Well, I know because I've actually been watching on Saturday morning.
I thought
Oh,
she had
you're
the
still
greatest.
watching.
Well, Carolyn and I found out that they're re-airing. ABC is airing reruns of Power Rangers, but they've introduced a story reason why they're showing the reruns. They're saying Rita Repulsa has gone back in time to kill the original Power Rangers.
Yeah.
That's why these reruns are on.
And so there's like a new intro every week or something like that.
It's just like it's the exact same footage. It's the same episode.
So
They're
she's
just-
gone back in time to do exactly what
Yeah,
she did that
to do-
failed.
the exact. I learned nothing.
Oh, okay. I guess we're going into the break.
Chris has just walked off. Dude, I was
Well, you
done.
heard about didn't one of the Power Rangers like kill someone recently?
Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Can't
bet it
remember
was
which
Billy
one.
the Blue one.
I
It was
tried
too
to like
quiet.
that show at least twice, and I just couldn't get over how cheesy the non-Japanese segments were.
Yeah, just really bad.
Like, I think I just watched something where they're like hanging out at a juice bar, and it's really cool.
God.
And it's just like, oh fuck this.
God, that guy is so old.
Who are you looking
The
at?
guy, Billy Cranston, who played the fucking Blue Ranger.
Corey
Look,
Haim.
that guy looks
Corey Haim.
40 years old
Corey
in the
Haim.
show.
Corey Haim.
Oh
my God.
But he
Oh.
directed that John Hughes documentary that just came out. Don't
he?
you forget about me. Hmm.
Oh.
It's really sad because
David Yost?
It aired after John Hughes died, and the end of the documentary, spoiler, is them not being able to get an interview with John Hughes, who shuts his gates on them and tells them no, sends back their letters, and they reflect on the magic anyway. Corey Haim
Corey Haim.
is in a game, a beautiful game that I'm sure we all enjoyed, Double Switch for the Sega CD. Terrible, terrible. Here's a little piece of my. This is Corey. Here it is.
Hi, my name is Eddie. I need your help. This is my building, and since the neighborhood really sucks, I built all these traps and security systems to protect the people who live here. The problem is some bonehead locked me in the basement and cut off my controls. But they forgot about the phone lines, which is how I got you in. Now you can protect the tenants and get me out of here.
Yeah.
So he got you
He
in
does
through the
not
phone
sound
lines?
like a man trapped in a basement.
He has, what is he? He's set up traps in every room, and you have the ability to set up the traps. And he's just kind of the guy who scolds you. Doesn't matter because he's eventually revealed to be the bad
Spoiler.
guy. He's the bad. Spoiler.
I was going to play that game.
Spoiler. If anybody wants to play a YouTube video, this would be the one. And
Yeah, these are all from the line of True Video Sega CD games, which we made fun of a bunch of them in TalkRadar 41, I believe.
did we?
Which is
FMVs.
the worst.
That's where the
FMV.
Sewer Shark guitar.
Hey, what
Yes.
episode number are you up to?
This is 92. Which your wiki
how
knows
is
you're
that
going to be
already-
on.
How did it know that?
I don't know. Did we say you were going to be on?
Did you?
Yes,
I don't know.
you
It
teased
seems-
it, I think, last
It
week.
seems
Oh,
pretty
okay.
presumptuous. of me.
I was like, wow, it's telling me my own future.
been
It's
telling
a
me
little
she's going to be, and I-
disturbing.
She's going to be. She was in.
They know so much.
And what does it say about you hosting the Today Show?
That I was awesome.
Yeah.
Where did Big Daddy Belmont come from? I don't remember that
I don't
one.
know.
People may have taken some
Is that,
liberties with some of the
liberties? Okay.
names.
I don't know. But it's nice to see that you listen to the show. Veronica. Watch every episode of Qore, including this week when you're talking about Final Fantasy 13 Lost Planet 2, right?
Did you really watch? You really watch?
I got a clip. We're gonna play. We're gonna play a little commercial in the break.
That's nice.
Oh,
Hmm?
who ended up voicing the Lost Planet 2? Because I wrote that.
I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it shit?
No, it was good.
Okay.
I thought it was good.
I was
That's
really
so sweet.
They
terrified.
didn't. No one told me that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, we should talk about Lost Planet 2.
Yeah. Do we still want to? Do we want to air this?
Corey Haim.
So,
Corey
Corey Haim.
Haim, everybody.
Corey Haim. From a Sega CD game. I don't know why this dialogue struck me because first of all, they have tertiary characters, Italians named Mario and Luigi.
I get it, because Nintendo has these characters.
But he's using mostly a Hispanic accent. This is a great line of dialogue.
What do you think, I'm stupid? I'm gonna believe there's gold around here?
I'm telling you, Luigi, my father laid bricks on this building on his dying deathbed. He told me there was
was dying?
treasure buried in this building. Why am I gonna make this up?
Maybe you wanna buy yourself some time. So I don't blow your face all over this room.
Blow your face.
What nationality is
That's
he?
I don't know.
It sounded like a mix of Italian and like Mexican.
Mexican.
Blow your
Yeah.
face all over this room. But this game also
On
had.
my dying deathbed.
Chikes.
The end is revealed. It is Eddie. He is the trickster. He is the villain the whole time.
Oh.
And he gets his ass kicked by
Talk
Arlie
about getting
Ermey.
the old double switch.
Eddie, you have caused big trouble for everybody in this building.
Arlie
What do we
Ermey.
got to do with him?
Big trouble.
He's
Big
also
trouble.
got diabetes.
It also has Debbie Harry in it.
Dirty. Who?
Debbie Harry
Really?
from yeah.
All-star cast.
Who is just I don't know gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to hate on her so bad. She's dressed as
Oh.
Cleopatra.
Who's this person?
That what?
Featuring her Blondie.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's
She's
my
on the
point.
cover of the game, I think, in the U.S. version. Because I only saw the cover of Double Switch, and it was this Cleopatra-looking person.
Yeah,
I was
the-
like, I don't care about
The
no
Windows
Egyptian.
and UK version has Corey Haim on the cover, like looking very confused.
Yeah.
But that's
The U.S. one's
So what
like,
you're saying is you would have bought it if it had Corey Haim on the
I'm
cover.
saying that I don't care, and I'm ready to move on.
I doubt that.
the tease at the end. We all tend to use a game over clip. Corey Haim does the game over clips.
What does he say?
Well, you'll have to stick around to the end, Elston.
Minutes.
Minutes. That's because we.
Can we
What happened at
introduce
GDC?
minutes as an
Portal
expletive?
2 is announced.
yeah.
The PlayStation Move was unveiled.
Boo. Boo.
Wii.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
That's exactly.
Yes, Wii, exactly.
It was Wii. It was.
Oh.
It was too Wii. I was excited.
Curses.
I was excited. Not excited about Wii Motion Plus, but I could see that like I wasn't fulfilled by the Wii Remote because it wasn't very accurate. And
That's what she said.
Jesus, she talks too much. I hope she's listening. No,
Well, she's always listening.
Apparently, I called my girlfriend a dumbass on the podcast, and it automatically downloaded to her iTunes, and she just listened to it randomly. And yeah, I'm not pissed, but don't talk
That
about me
wasn't
anymore.
very nice.
She was probably doing something dumbassy. Forgot I promised her I wouldn't do this.
But PlayStation Move.
It was the press conference itself was hysterical because it was the Wii press conference, as if the last 4 years never happened, and they didn't do that every year.
Nintendo's 2006 E3 press conference, like to a T. The lifestyle shots they made of the people standing there in the white multiracial living rooms. It was just
Contractually, I believe I have to recuse myself from this conversation.
Fair enough.
I don't have anything against the. It's just that they didn't try to differentiate it.
No, it's identical.
Well, the thing is, like, if there had been like some sort of winking acknowledgement, it's like,
tennis.
we know this looks familiar to a lot of you, but ours is much better. You know, that would have been better than like acting like this is new and revolutionary. You've never seen this before.
It was just blindly like going, wouldn't you love a motion-controlled sports minigame
Our first
series?
game we're going to do with this innovation is add the word party to the game.
Yeah, and that's what got me. It's like,
Party.
yes, if
Who
you go
doesn't love a party, Chris? Who
I-
doesn't love a party?
people who
Not
want
a
to spend
virtual
more
party.
than $20.
I like a raid. No.
But you can trim hair.
It has a Floby
What did I say?
attachment?
When I wanted
like-
to play motion controls in my PlayStation, I got an iToy and I put socks on my hands. That's how we did it
On your PlayStation?
on my PlayStation.
The thing is, the show floor. If you play with it, it is. There's more fidelity, and you can aim better. And the SOCOM game actually does work okay, but it's like, does it work better than a controller? No.
But that's
Does it add anything? No. And with all their vaunted,
The Little Big Planet stuff looked pretty cool.
Yes, exactly. The Little
Yeah.
Big Planet looked perfect. That's the perfect reason for the controller to exist.
Yeah, to add a Wii remote so that the second person.
Not
has a
necessarily, but like I think
again,
no one,
but it was all stuff that we've already seen. Mario Galaxy
Yeah,
was the
exactly.
second person to do that 3
nobody
years ago.
has picked up the reins and actually developed something specifically for a wand of that nature. A motion controller.
That is actually like Nintendo put out Wii Sports. That was like the perfect mix. It was fun. It was casual. It wasn't so stupid that the hardcore elite wouldn't also have some fun with it. But it also was anyone could play it. And everything since then is just like, well, you like garbage, don't you?
I'm still kind of fascinated with because they had the combat demo with the sword and the shield, and that to me is what I wanted to do with the motion controller, which nobody ever does, because what Nintendo has essentially done, the Wii essentially does, is you move your hand right, it registers that as like a right on the analog stick.
Right.
It's not you moving.
Right.
Okay,
and
but
being mirrored, but it looks like the move might be.
And on top of that whole thing, the games on PlayStation just look better.
That is true.
And play better, in my
That's
opinion, than games on the Nintendo Wii.
Well, I do think that some of this is like is Sony saying, okay, we know it's inevitable Nintendo's going to develop an HD system. They're going to take what they've learned with the Wii and compete directly with us for our audience. Let's beat them to the punch.
Yeah.
The thing is now they're to me, I feel they're already going to be a generation behind because all they have is a slightly better Wii remote and an HD, and then Nintendo can take 5 years of research.
Well, they've said they're able to go back into older games and build in this
Right.
Yeah,
functionality,
'cause
so
that
they've
was
got that whole catalog
The case
already
was
available.
SOCOM, right? They just went in and
More
they were doing
patches
that.
to download.
But like, I mean, with Nintendo's rabid
you're
fan
used
base,
to it.
Nintendo added motion controls to its games and that whole new series, and they kind of fizzled because people were like, I just
don't think people were big on the idea of buying another game that plays in that system.
Yeah.
But maybe if it's a
I don't know.
patch or something like that.
Having had to do the Nintendo coverage for 2 years at Radar, I'm seeing it now coming over to Sony. I'm like, guys, you will get over this in about 60 days after it comes out, and you'll be like,
that was my primary thing. I wasn't looking forward into speculating like we know what's going to happen with
like
this.
I don't even want to pretend like it's.
I don't really even blame Nintendo or Sony for the motion control technology. I'm really pissed that no one has bothered to think of a new concept.
Yeah, that was
to do
was
with
my
it.
big problem. Not that they did it, but they trotted it out with the same things Nintendo did.
It's like nobody's brain works in any other way other than shooters and like, and draw a picture and party game. Like,
yeah, it's like
clearly there's got to be something else here.
And then the watch my wicked backhand that I'm gonna punch. It's like, no, that's Wii boxing. Only it looks like Yakuza and it's grittier. And it's still the same. Well, you can do one of 4 pre-programmed moves.
I thought that
but
was.
Can I actually like do this and duck and throw any?
It was
kind
very
of
clear
punches?
his movements weren't being mimicked on screen.
No,
he was
they were
executing certain things.
And then we get to look forward to Natal trying to tell us why we get to do it with nothing in my hand.
It went where his hand went, and it did it kind of in a 1-1-ish situation.
Which the Motion Plus does do.
The Motion Plus, but I don't know. That system's old. This is new.
Actually, they're both old.
Doesn't matter. We can move on.
I'm just until I have to be like hardcore skeptical of it until anything resembling innovation is shown with it.
I am being
because having a little hologram at the end. Look, it's a net. I don't care.
I think probably the most depressing reaction to come out of this, looking at the comments under the story we posted yesterday, is Lucal127, one of our users, saying, "Sigh, I don't really want it, but I already have the camera. I know I'm getting it. Not out of want, but because of PS3 and Little Big Planet."
See?
It's like, I don't want it, but I'm going to get it anyway.
Little Big Planet.
Because it's there.
Little Big Planet. Is there anything it can't justify in the PlayStation? Little Big Planet. Isn't it adorable?
It's great.
I love Little Big Planet. New releases, we can go here. You don't like Little Big Planet, right, Brad?
No, I have nothing against it at all.
All
I
right,
just
just
the idea
get it all
that's going to suddenly spur it. And people are going to buy it.
No, but it's I don't know.
We're going to squeeze out those last few copies.
It makes more sense to me. Like, I would like that in Little Big Planet.
But even that there's no innovation there. Mario Galaxy has the exact same mode.
What mode?
The second person plays with the Wii remote and interacts with shit.
Oh, no, it wasn't necessarily
that. The second
that.
person doesn't really interact. The second person just gets the little crystal thing. I've already forgotten what they're called.
Yeah, to me, that looked like player versus God. I thought that was great. One guy is trying to tear apart the environment while another player is playing through it. That's one of those things you can't do necessarily with an analog stick.
We'll play it and then we'll see how fun it is.
Maybe, but I'm all embrace the new.
I just after having basically all of my Nintendo fanboyism just smashed to pieces over the last 2 years, it's very hard for me to not to distance myself from it when I see it happening all over again.
God, I'm burping so much because we ate Burger King on the way back from GDC.
Aww.
And with Natal too. This isn't just me ragging on Sony. It's also like, just can we guys get over this motion thing and like do something new or don't do it?
Yeah.
I'm just tired of this. We've got a bunch of great ideas and you're gonna see it. No, well,
it's okay because we have new games coming out this week for sped up new releases. New releases this week: Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space, Sam & Max 2 Beyond Time and Space for the Wii.
It's so out.
That's the second season, right?
I don't know. It just said 2. Is that the second season?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Have they been airing multiple, or have they been releasing episodes?
I think they put it on hold while they're doing the Monkey Island stuff.
Oh, and they announced that
And
Monkey Island,
the Wallace and Gromit stuff also.
Monkey Island 1 and 2 special editions for PSN and 360. Warhammer 40K, Dawn of War, Chaos Rising. So that's a lot of colons. I stopped paying attention after the first colon. We got Final Fantasy 13, which we talked about all last week. Are you playing that?
I haven't played it yet. No.
Amazon
I
has
played
it
a couple
shipping
of. I played a couple of little areas, but I haven't played through yet.
I started it the other night, and I'm very proud to say I played much further than I played Final Fantasy 12, and that I played to the third save point before turning it off.
Well done.
Yeah. Attaboy. What was your record? The first save point?
Yes.
For 13 or
for
12?
Yeah.
I don't even want to talk about Final Fantasy anymore. After last week.
Okay. It was very, very long, an hour-long conversation. We were like every other game podcast.
Christian and I could talk forever, but it's like it's interesting to very specific people.
Also, new Elite bundles with 120 gigabyte Elite bundle,
which we bought.
Well, the other one the one you didn't get. It was a 120 gigabyte one with Forza 3 and ODST.
Oh, right.
Good deal.
We bought the 13 with the 250 gig Elite, which is substantial.
Did you say it says something FF13 on the hard drive itself?
The hard drive, the top, the little silver bar, it says Final Fantasy 13 on it, but otherwise the unit is identical. It doesn't have like etchings or graphics, which is kind of lame. But that hard drive is so big.
Yeah, no, I need a new hard drive. I can't play the Blur demo at home because I don't have room, which is ridiculous.
The Final Fantasy 13 Xbox bundle, that kind of hurts my heart.
Does it really?
A little bit.
Are you one of those people? Because Henry
a little bit
bought the PS3 one, but he's a total achievement whore. Plays his 360 usually. It's like it just felt too weird to play that on an Xbox
Yeah,
controller.
I've played the 360 version of every game except 13. I can't play that on 3. Like,
Yeah,
I
it just
can't
seems
do it.
somehow unnatural.
Yeah, it's like it's creepy and weird, and I don't.
Sacrilege.
I sort of wish I didn't do it, especially because Carolyn showed me the box. The 3 discs are like unceremoniously bashed into like one spot where they can scratch and rub up against one another. Yeah, 3 discs to rub up against one another.
There's no care. Yeah. No Panzer Dragoon Saga with each one of them in nice little sleeves, little foam bar,
tough sleeves.
Oh, it was lovely.
Tough sleeves.
Mega Man 10 came out this week.
Mega Man 10 did come out this week,
Elson. PSN. Guess what's just like
what are you giving?
mine.
What are you giving it?
I'm giving every Mega Man from here on out an 8. Like,
I'll
review them all right now if you'd like.
You said it in
me
the
to.
car. You said it the way you phrased it was funny in the car. NES graphics, Mega Man, it's an 8.
Yeah, like you're not. It's not going to be suddenly better, and it's never going to be any worse. It's like Mega Man 9 was a great return to form. And read that review. That's the review for 10.
I like to get this inside look on your review process.
That's it. I'm done. The credibility right here.
Yakuza 3, I am giving a gong noise because
which we don't have.
It's ambiguous. Yeah. So I don't know what to think about it.
I bought it, but I haven't played it yet.
We have a super review up of Yakuza 3.
That's right, we do.
6 pages long.
They give it an 8?
We did give it an 8. It's averaging an 82, so I mean, it's
that's not bad.
That's good. Like I just can't get into that series at all. And then the review even makes the admission that, like, yeah, if you're not in for this kind of gameplay, you're gonna absolutely hate it. It's not. It's like a GTA, but it's actually less diverse in ways and more diverse in others, and the fighting is totally different. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's really hard to get into.
Every time Yakuza rolls around, somebody has to compare it to GTA, and it's not really like it's like Shenmue with a criminal.
Yeah,
event.
that's what it looks more like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have all 3 of those games now, and I've never played it for very long. Like I tried to play the first one, just got fed up with the load times, and
I don't know why, but I thought you really liked these games.
I do in concept, but I've never gotten around to playing them.
It's just like Shenmue. You've got to commit like hours and hours to even like.
Are you upset?
It's an immersive thing that you have to be willing to be immersed in.
Are you upset by the fact that they removed certain things from the Japanese version just because they thought Americans wouldn't get it?
Like what?
Like tea houses or what is it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
What like?
They removed just a couple things that are like pretty specific to Japanese culture that they thought Western audiences wouldn't understand, so they removed certain elements of the gameplay or like places you visit.
That's stupid because it takes like the flavor out of the game.
It's called Yakuza.
Well,
we don't have that either.
Their core audience is weeaboos, so I mean, I don't know why they think that it's Japanese.
Japanese?
What?
Yeah. There's a long history.
You calling me WAP?
It's a 4chan thing.
Hey. Speaking of which, you know what came out today, Brett?
What?
This week? The Pokemon.
No, it's next week.
It's this week.
It comes out on Sunday.
Does it come out on Sunday?
Yeah, the 14th.
That's part of this week. It's way better than the sound effect I had. Brett, can you tell us a little about Pokemon?
Sure, let me, Heart Gold and Soul
Shut
Silver.
the fuck up, you don't know shit about Pokemon.
That's all I had.
I know.
That's all I had.
Also out this week.
He's fucking holding all the Pokemon, don't tell me.
Fucking Snorlax.
Did you see the picture of Clint Eastwood with the Pokemon ball?
No.
I think it was from Dirty Harry.
Sweet. Is his hair very high with no poncho? You got all the Pokemon, Brett. You fucking Snorlax. He's holding all the Pokemon.
What's funny is they have the accent that Meowth has in the cartoon.
You was born different. Yeah.
But out this week, we were gonna play it on one of our live Ustream things that we tend to do every Friday, and I believe we're gonna do tomorrow.
How'd it work?
Maybe. It's kind of an impromptu thing. We'll actually formalize it at some point. But the calling for Wii is this horror game for Wii, and the remote acts like a phone that the ghost calls you on.
Well, it's not done loading yet.
Okay, we're going to put this picture Veronica made of Clint Eastwood as Ash. No, that's what I heard. That's fucking Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I forgot which one it was from.
What are you doing?
I had to look at it.
The phone call?
Oh, phone call. Try bad game. Play online.
Well, no, it's funny because the voice, it's such a Japanese-style horror game, and it's first person, but it's, like, laboriously unscary. and when the voice calls you when it's a ghost, he's like, have you found my phone? Like, it's just like I don't see a ghost. I can picture a guy in a recording studio like, wait, let me do another one.
Was that how we got in the conversation about scary stories to tell in
Yes.
the dark?
Yeah.
Because that was the end of most of the
Is that why
stories.
you tweeted that?
Where's my toe?
Yeah.
Oh.
Loved that show.
How many of it? No, wait. It's a book. Book.
But there was a show too.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, you're
Scary
right.
Stories to Tell in the Dark was Scholastic's series of
And that was the
non-threatening
one that
horror.
always had the black and white cover.
Yes.
Yeah,
With
that
the
was
really
like
horrifying
the horse head
illustrations.
and
Yeah.
the spiders that go in the cheeks.
Yeah, the spiders that burst out of the girl's cheek.
Or the
It's
or
so
the,
good.
the dog with the really long legs that end in human hands.
Yes,
that.
those,
Like,
those
Those
drawings
books.
were
Yet
fucked
every one of the
up.
books,
Yeah,
everybody died of fright.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And then it was like,
man.
hey, welcome to 3rd grade. Here's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Oh, I love scary stories. Oh, my God.
I had to go ask my parents, Mom, can I really die of fright? Because I'm really scared right now.
Here's a song you can sing about worms crawling in and out of your face.
Yeah, if you don't...
ever think when the hearse goes by that you may
Oh,
be
yeah.
Wow.
die, the worms
Yes.
fall in, the worms
We're gonna
go
let
out,
Veronica
the
take us
worms
out.
play twiddlywinks on their snout. Your eyes fall in, your teeth decay, and that is the end of a beautiful day.
Interview's coming up. Keep going, Veronica.
That's all I know.
All right.
If you don't know what they are, just Google Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And
that's it.
just do image search, and the art is enough to sell
So
it.
right now we got 2 interviews. What do you want to go first? Transformers or High Voltage?
Let's do the Transformers one first.
Transformers. We've taken liberties by using the Transformers animated movie soundtrack over...
Oh god, the pictures.
What?
Oh,
What?
crap! They're
To
so
what?
scary.
Oh, the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Holy moly!
By the way, I think that's an invitation for you to Photoshop Veronica into one of these.
No.
Yes,
No.
spiders coming out of her face.
Oh god!
Oh,
Taco
wow,
Belmont.
That's pretty bad. That's prepare for it.
Holy
'cause-
shit, man! Look
Jesus.
at that.
Yeah, the girl with the rotting face, like with no
Yeah,
eyes.
this one?
That's
Yeah.
that's
Oh, that's
Interviews. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Mike Nelson from rifftracks.com, and you're listening to TalkRadar.
Hey everyone, this month in episode 22 of Qore, presented by the PlayStation Network, we're here in the UK to visit Volatile Games, where we sink our teeth into their latest noir action shooter, Dead to Rights Retribution. It's dark and dangerous in gritty Grant City, but don't be scared. You'll have your whittle puppy there to keep you company. Next, whether you started playing the franchise on an 8-bit console, or you think a chocobo is a chewy chocolate candy bar, you'll find something to love in our Final Fantasy XIII extravaganza. We also get a look at Lost Planet 2. The latest from Capcom is bigger and significantly more beautiful than the original. Plus, you get all those giant boss battles you know and love.
Hey guys, Audrey here. I'm at Sony's Santa Monica studio to meet with the man behind the myth, Marv Wolfman, creator of the God of War graphic novels.
Don't miss Marv's walkthrough of the God of War comic in our exclusive narrated gallery. You won't find this anywhere else. Also, be sure to pop over to the DLC, where we have a dynamic Heavy Rain theme for Qore subscribers. All this and more in episode 22 of Qore, presented by the PlayStation Network.
Okay, who are we talking to right now?
My name is Matt Teeger. I'm the game director for Haim Studios. And this is Transformers War for Cybertron.
And it looks really cool. Then you would say it's firmly rooted in the what, G1 did we call it?
G1, yeah. The original cartoon series is called G1, Generation 1. And most of the inspirations that we took for how we styled the game, the visuals, the story that we're telling, all kind of is rooted in that fiction style. Quite frankly, I guess nostalgic feelings.
Right. And so just like to be clear, like anyone, like there's no connection to the movies. It's all like a brand new thing invented out of the existing, like you said, G1 universe.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're not tied to the movies in any way. We're telling the story. You know, the Autobots and Decepticons on their homeworld of Cybertron have been at war for millions of years, right? Autobot versus Decepticon. And we're telling the last bit of that civil war, where ultimately where they're going to finish is saying, we've got to leave and we don't even know where to go. So Earth is not an area that we go to in the game. It's not even spoken about, but you as the fan are going to know what's kind of going on.
Well, that's the first time I've ever heard someone give the ending of the game in the preview appointment.
Well, we all know where it ends,
we
right?
know where it's going to go, yeah.
I mean, I actually don't want to rewrite the fiction. I want to expand on it. I want to give you, as the fan who kind of remembers Cybertron or just always wondered about the mythos.
Yeah.
Cybertron's not really has not been explored in 3D. They've done some comics and a little bit in the movies and places, but for the most part, it's undeveloped territory. So what we really wanted to do was give you something that hits that nostalgic feeling if you remember the cartoons, and if you don't, if you've seen the movies or you just kind of heard about Transformers, it'll kind of explain a lot and make a lot of sense.
And you were saying earlier to us that this isn't like just made up for a game, that like the original makers of the toys, Hasbro, like they've ordained this to be canon. Like this matters.
Yeah, it does matter, and well, as a Transformers nerd, right? What a great, wish to be fulfilled, right? The story that we put together, they really enjoyed it. They enjoyed it enough to make it be basically the canon for Transformers going back, the backstory for Transformers. And then, the thing that I get a nerdgasm over, right, is that they love the designs as well. Bumblebee was the first one that we slid across the table to show them what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it, and they enjoyed those designs enough that they're making toys off of several of the characters, which is just
is that
a dream.
Maybe I misread, but was there a pre-order bonus that involved any of the toys? Or
the pre-order
I'll
that
pre-order
we have
tomorrow if that's the case.
The pre-order that you probably are talking about is the one that we have for GameStop, and that's for an unlockable character in the game.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
the Decepticon, right?
Yeah, Shockwave. Actually,
Okay.
He's totally badass. He's
a
super
gun.
cool.
I was surprised how well all these characters adapted for games, despite being designed as toys. Like they all have a unique ability, and in the game that reflects that. Like everybody's a little bit different. What were we looking at? We were looking at
it was like 3-player co-op.
Three-player co-op. Yeah. And so what we did is we
complementary moves and such.
Yeah, we stayed true to what I would call the spirit of the characters, but we bend the rules a little bit. But you know what? If you know a bit about Soundwave at all, you're gonna say, "Oh, that's kind of in line with his character." If you're an uber nerd about Soundwave, you might see something and you're like,
"He's not a tape player."
Yeah, well, but I think what you'll get is I see where they're going. I see why they made those choices, and from the beginning, it's been about a game first. And all the gameplay choices first. And so what I hope is going to come across is that the decisions that we made, every choice that we made about Transformers was about the game and making sure you're getting a great game first.
And then drop the Transformers into that.
I liked it much more than in the movie game because I don't know. This is the setting is so much broader in scope, and then just Earth. And I don't know who hasn't wanted to see more Cybertron. How long was it in the movie for?
Which one?
Cybertron.
All I know is the animated one. It's in for about the
4 seconds,
the first 5 minutes of the movie or something.
Yeah, and
like
then
that.
in the G1 cartoon, right? They spend about
not much
2 minutes on Cybertron, and then they're gone. They go back there a little bit later, but not much.
Yeah, and then the movie game, it did a similar thing where there was an Autobot campaign, a Decepticon campaign, but I went through both of those, and there was a lot of overlap. And you were saying that this time that's not the case. That the Decepticon one is a prequel to one, and they kind of.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The story that we wanted to tell was a more mature, gritty, real story that had some character development in it. And to do that, you have to kind of plan it out in a way that, well, we all know the end. I just told you, right? Yeah. They decide to leave. So the Decepticon campaign is completely unique and distinct from the Autobot campaign. You're doing different things, different levels, different story, right? The Autobot campaign is all really centers around Optimus, the Decepticon campaign all around Megatron, and the Decepticon campaign is a prequel to the Autobot campaign. It sets up the sequence of events that make the Autobot campaign what it is. But as a fan, Transformers will tell you, Hasbro will tell you that for every Autobot they sell a Decepticon, right? Their fans are really split down the middle. And so when you put that disc in, if you love Autobots, you can play that campaign first. And if you love Decepticons, you can play that campaign first. It's your choice.
And even though they're separate, it seems just from what you showed us and then the characters that have been announced that they are separate and they go different places, but that the gameplay is still mirrored to a certain degree. Like this Autobot will have a barrier ability, and that Decepticon will have a barrier ability, and Decepticons you'll fight Omega Supreme, and as Autobots you'll fight Trypticon. Like
It is still a game.
So you'll get kind of a similar experience on both?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think,
Still lost.
Okay.
Trypticon is a dinosaur.
I know.
It is absolutely a game, right? There are similarities. You learn how to play, and then when you go through it, I fully expect that if I'm a Transformers fan at all, I will pick the campaign that I like, and then I'll go play the other one, right? I love Autobots. No matter what you tell me, I love Autobots. I'll play that one first, and then I'll go into the Decepticon campaign. I'm like, oh, that's why they did that. Oh, that's why that character did that. I see how those things got connected.
Yeah, I was interested when you said that the Decepticon campaign shows the introduction of Megatron and Starscream, how they first met and how they got hooked up, and how Jetfire, who's also a plane probably hanging out with Starscream, decides, I can't do that, I got to go be an Autobot. It's just kind of neat. Someone who, like you, knows these characters' names.
They aren't born that way? I didn't know. I had no idea.
Well, actually, that's a great question, right? Because the difference between an Autobot and a Decepticon is a choice. There's no technology difference. You're not born an Autobot or Decepticon. You choose which side you want to be on. Decepticons, where we start are about order and a caste system and following what your leader tells you. And the Autobots are about freedom and the rights of sentient beings and all that kind of stuff. So, Megatron is a fantastic character for me because when we, in most of the other stories of Transformers, he's evil. Mm-hmm. He just is evil, and that's what we accept. And he hates Optimus, and he's evil. That's not the story we were really going for, I think, because what I wanted to understand as a Transformers fan and as a gamer is, why is he the way he is? So when we start out, I think he thinks he's the hero of the story. Megatron is trying to set Cybertron back to an original former glory age where everyone followed orders and everyone was supremely loyal. And this concept of freedom is, inefficient. He's a machine after all, right? It's a waste of cycles. And so he's waged this war. He's willing to go to genocide to reset Cybertron back to where he thinks it should be. And so in his mind, he's the good guy. He's got this force of will to do whatever it takes.
Megatron.
Yeah, well, where we end up is it becomes very personal between him and Optimus. And so then he's evil for the sake of being evil. That's fine,
right.
But we've got to understand what his path is. And we cover that territory in the game.
You also mentioned that Optimus is not Prime.
Oh.
Yes.
As of yet.
Yeah, so when we start out, he's not the guy in charge. And actually, he doesn't want to be the guy in charge. As we follow his path, he embraces, who he is and why he has the powers that he has. And ultimately, when we finish the game, he's Optimus Prime that you've seen in every other version and fully, invested in his destiny as the guy. But he doesn't start out as the guy in this story. So both characters, I think, are going through some really cool character development that I personally haven't had a chance to see before in Transformers games.
It's so odd to see him not the boss because of that voice. It's very commanding.
Yeah.
And it's because it's Peter Cullen, right?
Right.
Returning. Is anybody else from the cartoon making a return?
He is the one that's coming back from the cartoon.
Okay.
So Frank Welker Megatron?
I like Frank Welker's voice, but as we look through it and the story we were trying to tell, his voice didn't sound appropriate to the time frame that we were trying to tell, where it's actually a younger kind of version of the characters. Not that maybe Transformers age,
right.
But his voice sounds a bit more older and more mature than what was fitting for Megatron in this particular story.
Going back to the gameplay you'd mentioned, one of the analogies you'd mentioned before was like you didn't mess with like preconceived controls, like that right stick is still a melee like Call of Duty, or you didn't like change what hold L to bring up the gun, and like you kind of kept I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of.
Standards. Well, it's standard controls.
Well, yeah, not messing with buttons that we assume A is going to be jump and then or whatever.
There are standards in third-person shooters for a reason, because they work and because that's what people know how to use. And I don't want you to relearn controls. I want you to enjoy the story. I want you to, focus on using transformation as your core combat strategy. So teaching you a new set of controls made no sense to me in what the product we were trying to put together. I wanted them to be comfortable. I wanted, if I'm a hardcore gamer, I don't even look at the tutorials.
Right.
I just go and I play. And if I'm a casual gamer, like, this feels right. And the reason it feels right is because every successful third-person shooter has done the same exact controls.
Right.
I'm not gonna redo all that.
How did the vehicles used to work into that? Because obviously that's not a typical.
Well, there have been tons of challenges around vehicles, right? I will tell you that creating AI buddies that can handle you transforming at any minute and being across the side of the map has been a real challenge for us.
Especially if you're a jet and take off and fly.
Yeah, I mean,
3 levels up and 2 miles over. Or whatever.
There's no parallel for us, right? I've looked at the games that are the closest for what we do are Iron Man and Dark Void would be the closest parallels because you're a guy who can functionally be a jet, right? Neither of those games have done particularly well because it's hard to do.
Yeah,
it's hard to
tough.
figure it out.
It's always a great idea, and in your head, it's really cool. It's hard to do.
Yeah, and I'll add one more layer of complexity. That's jets. We've got trucks, cars, and tanks as well. So we've got all these vehicle types, not just one, that you can turn into and be and move very, very quickly. It's been a big challenge, but one that I think we kind of embraced as, okay, so that is us. How do we deal? How do we improve that? You know, and our buddies, kind of going off on buddies for a little bit, but if I turn into vehicle form, they're going to turn into vehicle form generally, right? There are areas where we encourage you to pick one form or another, but we never force you.
Because each form has distinct weaponry and...
Yes. Yeah. So, well, that's a great point. Each form has a unique special move and unique weapons that go with it. So trucks have this cool ram ability. They can move super fast and crush through guys, right? They're the only ones that have that. Tanks have this 180, which is really effective if you're getting shot from behind. You can whip around really quickly because that is the primary strategy when dealing with the big tank, right? Is get around behind it. You have the nullifier for that. So I think we. I kind of I spun off on buddies.
I'm sorry,
for a
I
little bit
distracted
there.
you.
Yeah, where did I go? Where was I?
We're talking about jets.
Jets.
The AI being difficult.
Controls, actually. You were asking me about controls and all that jazz, right? And hover and all that kind of stuff. We made transformation really fast. It's faster than in any other Transformer game. And it's interruptible. You can, if I'm going from my vehicle to my robot, I can interrupt it 2/3 of the way through with a brutal melee strike or with shooting. So because all of this is speared around, we want you transforming frequently. So the controls for my vehicles, exactly the same controls for my robot. There's no difference between my strafer controls in either form. Again, facilitating that fast transformation back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
And it seemed like the combat you'd showed us as the jet, it was rewarding you for not picking one type over the other or relying on one. It was like, be robot over here, fly across the other side, hover, take cover. A mix of using all your different forms, whereas, I mean, most shooters, you have one form, which is person.
Yeah. You are going to be on your toes all the time here because we are what I call a navigation, agility-based kind of shooter. You've got to move. We don't take cover, right? I just can't imagine Megatron standing behind cover and, it getting shot out and him being, it's not going to happen, right? These guys are fast, and you have to use your environment tactically, and the way you do it is using transformation to get quickly to one place or another.
Who were you at Starscream? Were you just transforming into a jet, bursting across the screen, turning back into a, what would you call it, a biped form?
Yeah, the robot.
Bam, hitting somebody back in a jet, back and forth. It's pretty cool.
It's very fast, right? And so there's this, a little bit of a learning curve as you realize, wow, transformation is super powerful as a combat strategy. And once you crest that hill, which, I think happens really quickly, all of a sudden all these possibilities open up for flanking has taken on a whole new kind of method, right? It's so much faster than any other game. You don't have to work your way to the side, and you just do it. You just go. It's fast.
I guess before we get out of here, we can't. You've mentioned earlier you can't really say anything, but you've acknowledged that there is multiplayer.
Yes.
So
we're going to be doing a reveal on multiplayer relatively soon. But what I can say about multiplayer, it is not this tacked-on experience. As I told you guys earlier, I've worked on games where it's like, okay, we got 6 months to ship, let's think about multiplayer. That is not it at all.
Right.
We're using the Unreal Engine. It's great for multiplayer. We have built multiplayer in from the get-go. We're supporting 3-player co-op, right? And so you have to have lots of your elements, all elements working over the network anyway.
Right.
So multiplayer is a big focus of what we put together. And just like the single player, where it's about core gameplay and then we add Transformers on top of that, multiplayer is the same thing. If you don't know anything about Transformers, the multiplayer experience is going to be awesome. It's going to be super fun to play. It's tight and well balanced. If you're a Transformers fan, there's all these other elements that go in that I think you're going to get a whole nother layer of enjoyment out of. But it's a solid core, good, fundamentally, well balanced multiplayer experience, even without the Transformers license.
All right. Awesome. And then the information, I guess, coming for a summer release.
Yes, we're coming out in the summer.
Yeah.
Xbox 360, PS3, and PC.
Sweet.
Cool.
I have to suggest this publicly. You're pretty you're pretty set on an ending here, right?
Yeah.
Given the situation. I'd like to see like a big reveal at the end, and then it's just the GoBots. They were behind everything. DLC, I
Beast
guarantee.
Wars?
Hasbro probably owns them and doesn't even know it. GoBots.
Can you name a GoBot at all?
I can't name a single one.
I know
there was
Cycle,
Scooter Face,
and the other car that looks like Scooter Face.
And
that's why nobody has a GoBots game.
GoBots.
Yeah, nobody wants it. Nobody wants
All right.
What they want is Transformers. This game is going to rock.
Yeah, cool. Looks good. All right, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure, guys.
Thanks.
It's Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, and you're listening to TalkRadar on GamesRadar.com. Dig it!
Okay, hello, GamesRadar fans. We're on the floor of GDC with our friends from High Voltage. Who do we have here?
Matt Corso, art director. Pat Dolan, lead designer.
Lead designer, and what games are we looking at today?
Today we are showing off Tournament of Legends, our new exclusive Wii title, and also our PS3, Xbox 360 game, The Grinder.
And I guess hitting up first, the first one you showed us was Tournament of Legends, which kind of coming right at the right time for Clash of the Titans hysteria to ensue.
Complete coincidence.
Yeah. Coincidence.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like a first one-on-one fighter.
One-on-one fighter.
Right.
Mythological themes.
Right.
The idea was a year ago when we showed this game at E3, we were doing more of an arena-style gladiatorial combat game.
Right.
Going for very bloody, visceral gameplay. And that was really cool, and we were having a good time with it. But, at one point we felt like creatively we needed something more.
Right. You mentioned you had a problem like trying to go for a 300 style, and it was always everything ended up brown. And
absolutely. Like we're trying to make something to look similar to 300 because of course 300 is awesome.
Right.
And and we're all huge fans. But when you're trying to make a game, it's very difficult to come up with enough compelling content based on that kind of theme because everything just ends up looking gray and everything brown looks the same.
and
red. So we knew at some point we had to turn a corner and try something different, and that's where Tournament of Legends comes from now.
And we also wanted to do bigger, over-the-top special moves that didn't quite fit as well with that kind of an environment or characters. We wanted big magic, big monsters.
Right. It seemed like a kind of a mix between. Well, I mentioned this classic arcade game Hippodrome that no one remembers, but also it feels like a little bit of Soul Calibur, just the look and feel of it, a little bit, which is a thing that Wii has no competition. There's no that itch has not been scratched really.
Right? No, definitely not. Like there's a huge open gap there within the fighter genre on Wii. You've got Smash Brothers and a few others.
There's licensed fighters mainly.
Yeah, right. Naruto,
Tatsunoko versus
Bleach.
Capcom now finally.
Yeah.
But none of which really employ the Wii remote to any great extent. But this one does.
Definitely. And that's the other thing too is with the Wii, you've got a system where basically you've got this really unique control that makes people want to buy the system. I mean, that was a huge selling point for the system. Then, no one really knew what to do with it after it finally got released. And even in the studio, we knew there were these huge possibilities, and we're all really excited and geeked just like every other fanboy out there, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, what do you do with this thing? So when we made Conduit, it was great because we made a first-person shooter, and you can point directly at the screen. There was just a lot of possibilities there, and we wanted to finely tune Conduit's controls, and we got a lot of props for that. Well, then when we went to make Tournament of Legends, it seemed pretty obvious that you had all these other possibilities of the Wii motion control, so that you can use it to swing your swords and raise your shields and things.
Yeah,
but really, it doesn't.
2 hands, 2 weapons.
2 hands, 2 weapons. But really, the Wii motion control doesn't work exactly the way I think you think it's supposed to, right?
Yeah.
So there's a few issues with the way it moves and the way that it actually reads on the system.
It's great at broad, fun, over-the-top type motions. It is a little trickier to get subtlety out of it, especially when you're dealing with something like a fighting game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so, with Tournament of Legends, one thing we knew we had to do was live up to the standard that we had set for Conduit, and we didn't want to let the fans down. And so with Tournament of Legends, we put just as much love into the controls. So the idea is you can make a game like Tournament of Legends and have it feel really good with button presses, because when you press the button, we all love the Street Fighter games and the character swings with
Instant
precision,
response.
right? And it's that responsiveness. But with the Wii, now you're dealing with swinging a stick in the air and hoping that your character does what you're looking for them to do.
That was the challenge.
And that was
getting
the
that
challenge.
instant response tied to the motion.
Yeah. So it's easy as developers when you're first starting off to use button inputs, and we're guilty of it just like anyone else. It's like we had button presses and we were making the characters feel good, but at some point we decided, well, hold on a minute, we really need to use the motion controls. We need to tune this thing so that it feels right. And I think the results are pretty good. Like we've got basically a system that responds the way you want it to, feels solid,
and when you want it to.
We really want it to, and it works with the Wii controls. But in addition to that, true to what we had established with Conduit, you've got all the other features built in too, so you can do.
You can use the D-pad to control your basic moves.
You can use the.
You can use the classic controller.
Classic control, thank you.
Motion Plus.
Well, Motion Plus, not really so much.
Okay.
We had our reasons, but in the end, we're really solid with where we're at, and we're happy with.
So you did say it does also classic controller does support that as well?
It does use the classic control.
And one of the things you mentioned in the demo that I thought was really cool was the idea of almost that Mega Man style of gameplay, like going through the single player mode and a character can defeat an enemy and take his weapon and use it, I guess, in the versus mode or in the rest of the story mode. It's kind of neat.
All of our characters fall into one of 3 weight classes, and when you're playing single player, when you defeat an enemy, if that enemy is your weight class, then the character you're playing will take that weapon, and they can now select that as just part of their loadout when that character is selected either in single or versus modes. Every character also has an enchantment that anybody can earn by defeating them. So each of those things gives you a way to customize the characters while you're playing the game in single or versus mode. So yeah, you get a way to kind of mix and match pieces to make the combination you want.
He had mentioned one of the combos you showed was like the Marcus, the kind of gladiator guy. His original loadout was like a shield that could reflect projectiles or bounce ranged attacks back to some degree, and then the other one was more of a grapple. Like kind of changes. Like maybe you like picking this character but didn't necessarily like the way he handled.
Exactly.
And now you can kind of mess with it a little bit.
If you want to get in more close, then you probably would be better off switching over to the grapple.
Right.
So,
okay.
And there's also ways to kind of game the system a little bit. So you can get some combinations that are going to be powerful if you figure them out. So
is there is there like no online? It's just in the same room, person next to you,
same box.
Okay.
Yeah. We wanted to make sure that it works for the Wii audience, and the Wii audience definitely likes to play together. And there's a same couch, same system kind of aspect to Wii that we didn't want to overlook. So we focused on making sure that was fun.
That
and
experience
fun.
works better for fighting games.
It works better for fighting games.
Punch the guy in the shoulder if he's cheaping you out too many times. So
Do you guys have a favorite character?
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Mine's Bravehoof so far.
Excellent, that's mine too.
Or Vulcanus, who looks like a robot like Terry Gilliam designed in Brazil.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Looks like a TikTok who lost weight.
Yes,
only he uses hammers. Oh my God, I'm old.
Yeah, he's like Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast on steroids. Exactly.
There it is.
Yeah.
Hey, I like him because of the Professor Vulcanus that follows him around during the tournament.
Oh yeah. There's a little mad professor who's actually controlling. He's the one you're actually fighting via the robot.
Yeah.
Like another character was, I like the idea of Jupiter. It's not it's a statue that's been animated and thinks it's actually the king of the gods when it is in fact a statue.
Don't want to nerd out. Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, the Swamp Thing that doesn't know he's not what he is and fighting anyway.
He was born with the memories of the man. That
Don't worry, you're not nerding out.
All right. GDC, what am I thinking?
And this is out of June?
Yes. Yes.
And then the other game you showed us was the Grinder.
Holy shit, the Grinder has completely changed from what we last saw.
Right.
Even when we made the appointment this week, I was like, well, let me get my Wii hat on and ready to see some...
probably have some explaining to do there on that one. So when we showed Grinder at E3 last year, you might remember that it was a first-person shooter designed exclusively for Wii.
It seemed like it was kind of trying to do like a Left 4 Dead-ish feel on the Wii with vampires and werewolves is what I kind of got out of it.
Definitely, and we were achieving that. It felt good, and it was a neat idea for a game, and it was playing out really well, and we were having a good time with it. And we got a huge fan response, and we really appreciate it. Thank you to the fans. at some point as a studio, we really wanted to go over to the PS3 360 and start doing more stuff there. And the Grinder seemed like a perfect opportunity to go back to the roots of what we had originally set out to do in the first place when we set out to make Grinder. When we set out to make Grinder, we talked a lot about a game that we had made years ago called Hunter the Reckoning that we released for the Xbox One. Hunter was great fun for our studio. We all had a blast working on it. And then for years, fans have been asking us when we're going to go back and make the original Hunter again. When are we going to make another game like that? Publishers, too, were asking a lot. And so at some point we decided, if we do a first-person shooter on 360, that's great, and there's an awful lot of them right now. Wouldn't it be great if we try something a little bit different? And it really seemed like this was a good opportunity to go back to our roots, create something that in many ways really is the spiritual successor to Hunter the Reckoning. And so that's what the Grinder has become. But it's great because now with the power of the 360 and PS3, you can do a lot more than we could do with Hunter way back when.
Right now, it's just like it's a top-down, Hunter-esque. It reminded me a lot of Gauntlet and
a little bit of the Smash TV is the easy.
Smash TV, that's the one.
Obviously, there's more depth to it than Smash TV was literally just shooting. Right. So it seemed like this has different weapons, different classes of enemies,
different ways to level up your weapons individually. I don't know. I had a lot of fun with it.
Oh, good, thank you. Yeah, and there's a lot of ways to cooperate with each other too, like the baby doll idea.
The baby doll, that's awesome. The baby decoy. What is it? To distract enemies, you throw out a baby, and they all go attack this baby doll.
It's a baby doll. Just to be clear, just a baby doll.
A baby doll. Yeah. Well, come on, we can pretend.
It's going to be rated M anyway.
So you get your adults-only rating by having a baby get attacked. Can't wait to see that in the ESRB rating.
The M rating with Grinder too.
Really? Okay,
there
great.
Should be enough blood and gore to keep you entertained for a very long time.
And you mentioned being inspired by Firefly for the look of it, kind of the Western with a splash of technology.
Yeah, so Weird West was the concept, the notion that we kept kicking around the studio a lot. And, the idea was that we were all a big fan of the show called Firefly. And in Firefly, it's sort of like Wild West infused with science fiction elements, And with Grinder, we're doing something similar where we have these Wild West elements that are infused with a lot of the classic horror genre. So, and you also have this dark science technology that also works its way in, so that you're not limited to just the standard conventional weapons. You can also have blaster guns and lots of over-the-top special effect weapons and things that can do massive damage to the monsters. But the idea is that the game should be a lot of eye candy for people, and there should be a huge cooperative element, and that people should just have a blast playing together. So that's what we're shooting for.
Yeah, it looks like the live potential alone is pretty infinite. Like there was a quick play dungeon that you can level up outside of the single player missions with friends. I'm guessing you just jump on, play quick play.
That's the basic idea. That's what we're going for with that. We're still working through all of the ramifications, but that's our goal.
Oh, was I too soon?
Well, no, it's great. Let's talk about it because really what we're doing is we're saying we've got this town Molino that's built into this rock gorge, and the mayor has actually hired these hunters to go in and take out these monsters. The Molino itself is an old mining town. It's been around for a long time. And the Grinder itself refers to something else that's built into the game, which we'll talk about some other time.
Okay.
The idea is that this town goes down, it's very deep into the well. And so as you're moving through and progressing, you're going deeper and deeper into the layers of the town. The cool thing is that as you're playing through, you're always going to see other parts of the town below you. So you always kind of have some indication of where you're going next, what's coming, And we could have some fun with that.
Yeah, a glimpse of what's ahead. I like kind of where you see a power-up just at a screen, like, when am I going to get to that?
Yes, exactly. So there's never that question of where am I going? I see where I'm going, and I really want to get there. And then going back to the random dungeons, it is a concept that we're playing with right now. We are a top-down style game, and what we want to do is have there be a lot of options for players to go in and just have a lot of fun as they play through and progress. Well, one idea that we're kicking around is the idea that we would have these standard levels that are set up so that we manicure them for optimal fun. In addition to that, we would have these random levels that you can go into and have these more infinite style campaigns through these dungeons. So something we're playing around with, and so far we've had pretty good luck. So we'll see if that works its way in.
I'm just seeing the intro. I just saw a bird get shocked. It seems like there's a sense of humor in it because the mayor is one of those lovely 19. Get ready to kill everybody, ladies and gentlemen.
There's gold in it.
There's a stake in my boots.
Voice.
Yeah, he's not just the mayor; he runs most of the businesses in town, also. And
Okay.
So,
Yeah, he's a little quirky, and we had a lot of fun with that. And it's kind of funny when you work on a game and you hear certain lines that just make you laugh.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a Frankenstein character in the game, Giant Frankenstein, and the idea is that he's actually a worker bee in the town. But at some point, when all hell breaks loose, the Frankenstein monster turns on you. And so, of course, now the mayor's asking you, stop this thing. It's destroying everything. But when he introduces the Frankenstein, he says, and now is our Frankenstein creatures, like in the book.
I also like that he calls the vampires Draculas.
He calls them Draculas.
Draculas.
Yes. So
that's awesome. This is no longer Wii bound at the moment, at least?
It's no longer Wii bound as far as bound to the Wii.
Okay.
All right, but as far as will it end up on the
that was
Wii,
good.
There's a lot of possibilities. Our engines work on all systems, so we're very versatile in that way.
This is still like Halloween 2011, so it's still got a way to go.
Currently, the idea is Halloween 2011. Okay. There's still a ways to go with the grinder.
All right.
Cool.
Great.
Well, thanks for talking with us.
Yeah, I had a good time. Thanks a lot, guys.
It was a Tournament of Legends and the Grinder.
TalkRadar. This show am good.
Bomb the living bejeepers out of those forces.
Veronica's cranky.
I'm pissed I missed
hungry.
the Gaga DLC.
What'd you miss about
What
it?
do you mean you missed it?
I wasn't there when they played it.
Oh, it was fun.
And
when
somebody did Just Dance, and this lady was like just lost it and was like dancing up on the stage, and she flashed some people.
That was Valerie.
The blonde girl?
Rock Band, thank you for getting me drunk and hungover and subsequently drunk again when I bring. What is the song this week you want to intro?
Oh my God! Last week they introduced that Rock Band Network, and they were like, "By the way, there's like 100 new songs or whatever." And then
and they're cheaper than normal.
My friend, Creative Assassin, he sends me a text message like all caps, KMFDM fucking Rock Band, and like we've been waiting.
Nice.
Like I haven't played Rock Band 2, like just downloading songs, playing whatever that wasn't related to work in about over a year. And KMFDM was one of my favorite bands. It really got me energized to play it again. It's Juke Joint Jezebel, and then the song Bringing Us In is a Drug Against War off the album Angst. Such a good, I can't imagine how hard that shit is going to be to play, but it's one of the most popular songs they ever had. It was the only video they ever really had on MTV.
That is why we stayed at the Rock Band thing so long, because we signed up to play. And they wouldn't let us play Green Day.
No.
What? Yeah, Butters and I wanted to play Green Day, and they didn't let us.
What's the secret?
No.
What are you holding back? We watched you play it.
It ships in June.
Normal.
Yeah, it looks like Green Day Rock Band as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it was weird because when they revealed at E3 last year when they let us play Beatles, there was a pre-release version of Beatles with 10 songs unlocked or something, and they only revealed 5 Green Day songs, and they're all Insomniac or later. There was nothing from Dookie.
That's not true. They played a Dookie song.
Nope.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure they did.
And they played
nope. I can tell you the 5. I can
something
tell you
from Nimrod.
They played
2 things from
They
Nimrod.
played Hitchin' a Ride from Nimrod. They played Jaded Brain Stew from Insomniac. They played Wake Me Up When September Ends.
Sorry, you're right. I forgot that that's from.
And Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Boulevard of Broken
That's not from Dookie.
And you should have seen Veronica going nuts. It was absolutely insane.
I have fun.
It was fun.
I have fun.
It was definitely fun. I don't want to be down on it.
You dipped out on our game journalogy all stars. We had Sean McKinnon.
You guys came too late. Like
No,
I said,
we signed
Butters
up.
and I played.
I didn't realize, you get there 8th to sign up on the list, and you have to wait through 8 songs, and setup times, and drunk people, and it took and that's how I got
Yeah, we're just waiting to play, and I guess get another beer, and then by the time we get up there,
boy, billions, little children, Alice children. So it was supposed to be Veronica, you and Sean McKinnon from GameSpot.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a video game all stars, and then it was game.
I mean, I left at 11:30.
I was trying to hit on your friend.
Were you? No, you weren't.
Careful now, you
girlfriend listening. Remember?
Girlfriend is listening. Oh, she.
What I'm afraid of though with this is what they
cute, huh?
Yeah.
She's cute.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell her you said that. So
Tell
make
her
her
I said
day.
that.
Make her day.
Yeah.
It'll make everyone's day.
I'll make her day.
Oh God.
I'll make her commercial break.
Give her the time.
During a Voltron rerun.
Oh my God.
I am a sexy human being.
Oh man. What I'm afraid of happening with Green Day Rock
This is what
Band.
happens when you don't have game
What?
deals.
Jesus Christ.
I want Green Day Rock Band.
I want it, but as that being like the first band I ever liked, like honestly,
First CD also. I think we talked about this last night.
Dookie.
Yeah.
The Gold Bar Dookie, if you know what that means.
Oh yeah.
Good job.
The pre-Warner Brothers, the Lookout Records one, right?
No, Lookout was their first two albums. They were Warner Brothers.
No, they were. The Dookie was Lookout.
No,
it was, and they got signed to Warner Brothers. There's two different versions of the album.
I don't think that's
I don't know. I don't know which version I had.
Look on the back. I mean, if it doesn't say Lookout, there's one that says Lookout, and there's one that
I
says
don't
Warner
believe
Brothers.
that's the case.
It is.
I don't think that's true. Anyway, Green Day Rock
What you're
Band.
saying is that whatever information you hold is more important, so at least go ahead and unleash the gold
is that
version.
they're going to do what they did with Beatles, which is put a bunch of songs and then, oh, hey, Abbey Road, none of that's on there. You're going to have to buy the whole album separately.
Yeah.
I could see them holding all of Dookie's songs and then making you buy Dookie separately DLC. They did it with Beatles. It's already happened.
No, I agree.
So
Well,
they'll put 46 songs or whatever, like 46 or 47
There's like
songs.
27 songs on Dookie. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well, they're all. It's like 16 tracks, and they're all like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
so fun.
All by myself.
It would be awesome. Starts off with Burnout, that first song, and it's so good, and they're gonna
Welcome
make
to
me
Paradise.
pay for
I
it.
would love to play that.
And I will pay for it.
Excited to play the bass on Welcome to Paradise.
I want to play the bass on She. It'll be really cool.
Wow, high school.
Oh yes,
High school.
But that's what I'm afraid of. It's a $60 game with none of the songs I want. I'm really afraid of that happening.
Nah.
I'm sorry we don't have a lot more for you guys this week. No game deals. I'm sure they're out there. You know, I never say check Game Deal Daily. Game Deal Daily is exactly what it sounds like. Some independent guy buying up used games, really cheap prices on BioShock 2 and Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2.
Mass Effect 2 was $40 this week.
Ooh.
If you missed
Was
that,
it?
yeah.
Well, Amazon's deal of the day, which I usually tweet.
It's just GDC. It's a super busy week.
GDC.
We've been
and
taxed to our fucking limits here. So
trying out some new things. GamesRadar. Look for interesting changes. How about that?
changes, sure.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
changes. Hold on, that reminds me of a song.
You are now a games journalist.
Brett was bothered by that when what is it? Just almost every article for like a sequel and something's changing.
If anything changes anywhere, that's the strap line.
Changes.
And it's like,
It's
good,
true.
you knew a song that was popular.
It is
Great
true.
job.
So I almost don't want another Ghostbusters game because there will be a reference to Ray Parker Jr. in every headline. Oh, Bustin' makes me feel good again. Oh wait, you wanted to be on this side
For this part, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are we there yet? Are we gonna do Michael's
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, I thought you'd forgotten.
I haven't written.
We can do it really quick. Let's just,
Michael
it'll be fun.
had an article. What was the feature entitled?
Game summed up in 5 words.
Game summed up in 5 words,
which was a lot of fun.
What about making it games described in 5 words? Because that would have been 5 words, but that's a boring headline. So.
On Comedy Whistle, there it is. Give me one. We're gonna try and guess what it is.
All right. I'll give you an easy one. Rectangular alien falls into holes.
E.T.
Yes.
That's a ding.
I'm bad at games like this.
You can do this.
I'm not. My brain just does not know.
One is gonna hit you so hard.
I've had a beer.
Another easy one. FBI agent beats up hobos.
Condemned?
Yes.
Yes!
See?
Alright, I'll find a better one. I can't masturbate to this.
Mario.
One-H-on-Bar?
Yes, but you're cheating.
I only know that one because you said that one yesterday. That's the only reason I know.
That could be the answer to so many things.
Not for me.
Wait, can or can't?
Not for me.
Can't.
It took everything within my power, or just Veronica sitting here, not to go into my Power Rangers jerk-off sessions. And what?
I'm actually not sure I understood that sentence.
Amy Jo, the Pink Ranger.
Oh, Pink
Good
Ranger.
God.
She was in a Disney Channel movie, like Susie. It was called like Susie Q. Or
She was in a VH1
You
original
definitely
movie.
know that for some reason.
Let's Michael.
Because she
Michael.
was
Another easy one. Waka 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 Waka.
Pac-Man.
No! Final Fantasy X.
What?
I was like, Fonzie
All right.
there? I'm so
Silver.
confused.
I'm throwing a beach ball.
Okay, Brett, you can't answer this one. Dump truck on the moon.
It's, well, Blast Core.
Alright.
I should have let Veronica
There's
get
the
it.
two people in the world who care the most about Blast Core.
But it could almost be Red Faction Gorilla.
God, you're
It could almost be.
It's not the moon.
It could almost be DuckTales.
DuckTales. Woo.
Let's see.
Oh,
I
snap.
scared the Disney people last night. I should say that look, I'm a Disney nerd. And like, oh, you're a Disney nerd. Come over here and meet her. And have you seen Walt Disney's Oscars? Well, it's that for Grand Canyon or the for cinemas. Wow, they were fucking scared. I never get to be that nerd.
Put down the flashlight to shoot, or put down flashlight to shoot.
Resident Evil?
No.
Alone in the Dark?
Alan Wake.
No.
Oh, this does sound really familiar. Put down flashlight.
Dementium?
No.
Put down flashlight.
Aliens versus Predator.
Nope.
All of us.
What game can you not use guns and flashlights at the
Is
same
it
time?
Left 4 Dead?
Nope.
Which is also true. Well, like when you melee.
No, you can use
when you melee
flashlight
attack.
whenever.
When you melee attack
Not the same thing.
No. It turns out no.
Yeah.
What's the answer?
It's Doom 3.
Oh, man.
Oh, right, because you have it out.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the thing that people heard about that. And it's like you can only use the flashlight or a gun one at a time. You can't use them both. People were like, no, they wouldn't do that. And that's exactly what they did. And it was kind of horrible.
I love Doom 3.
It's kind of it's realistic though.
Oh, yes.
Think
Yeah.
about it.
I could use
guns.
both. You
Think
put
I
about
could
it.
never tape a gun or a flashlight to a gun.
You put them on
What
like
if you
that.
don't have tape?
Look at me. I'm doing Jack Bauer right now.
I'd find
Oh.
a
He's
way.
carrying a
you're
shotgun.
right.
You can
That's
carry a
true.
shotgun with one arm, and then let me
Stick
get
a
my
Yeah.
flashlight.
Schwarzenegger can.
Yeah.
He's also inhuman.
I probably can. That guy can't wipe his own ass, and he can do that. Arms are too big. Arms are kind of
Who's your daddy and what does he do?
Who is your...
Oh, now you're just gonna get me on the Arnold soundboard.
I think I should do that.
It's not the
I don't have
Tuma.
any Arnold sound effects.
Well, I'll just do them all for you.
It's not a tool. Okay, go ahead.
Stop it!
Stop it.
Stop it!
Get down. Get down.
Get to the chopper!
Dylan. I guess. Dylan, I saw it yesterday on Switcher's YouTube. 9-minute video on why fucking Predator is the greatest movie ever.
It is.
But Switcher also did a video. It's the Daytona USA song, how
Yeah.
it can improve the opening of every game.
The rolling start.
Yes, I'd like to think we were just spiritual brothers once that happened.
Yeah.
Like, I really wanted to hear that. Love the Switcher. Michael, give us one more.
Mass murder merits fist bumps.
Army of Two.
Yes.
Oh, I rule.
I was going to guess Mad World.
We want to try.
Are you sure you
do a
didn't
couple
read this
more.
before?
I didn't, but I mean that's. I remember Army of Two
know.
was very silly. Like I just killed a terrorist. Air guitar.
Remember the thing where they're doing like the bullhorns and like they say, "Ladies, lift your shirts."
Yeah.
I'm like, what does this have to do with you shooting people?
Everything.
Man, this is
Everything.
extreme.
Everything.
I didn't get it.
Give us another one, Michael.
I was thinking
You
too
were
hard.
not the
Hey,
target
that's not Arnold
audience.
Schwarzenegger.
That's not Arnold
Total
Schwarzenegger. Terminator.
Nope.
That's
Oh, I'm like,
Contra.
Contra.
First three letters.
Conduit.
Conmando.
Come on.
Conmore man.
What's he done that starts with C-O-N?
Condemned.
No.
Arnold?
Yes.
Cunning Man.
Oh.
Yes.
Conway Twitty.
Conway Twitty.
What's the fourth letter?
Con Air. No, he wasn't.
Another hint.
You're thinking of Dave
Popular late
Chappelle.
night host.
What?
Popular
Conan.
late
Oh,
night.
Conan.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
Oh my
You
God.
fucking people, my God.
I apologize.
I'm going to kill myself now.
Don't come.
That was supposed to mean say don't kill yourself. I wanted more. I want more.
You were gonna have to-
Torpedo in mouth. Now what?
Torpedo and
Jaws
mouth.
Unleashed.
Yes.
Damn it. Yes. Everybody gets that.
Yes, I got one.
See?
You didn't want to do like swipe scientist to escape prison?
Well, I could have done that.
Oh well, that's all.
Trapped in a corner. Fuck.
That's a lot of games.
That's true.
Left 4 Dead. Right? No. That was my guess.
All right. What game can
Portal?
be getting trapped in a corner mean instant death?
Any number of games.
Yeah.
I need a better hint. First 3 letters. Let's do that.
The audience is yelling at us right now,
BOM.
aren't they? What?
BOM.
B-O-M.
B-O what?
B-O-M.
Bombardment.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Bombardment.
Yeah.
All right, one more. And we will acknowledge new users.
He had to literally spell it out for me, but I got it.
Dead family means bullet time.
Max Payne?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, good one.
Yes. All right. Elston.
Yeah.
You were gonna run over here.
And we're gonna switch places in a musical.
One more.
Chairs.
One more.
I should.
Why didn't you buy it?
Okami.
Yes.
Okami.
I knew it.
I also like to tease. This just went up right now. Tyler Wilde's article called "Completely Unironic Cooking Mama Spin-off Ideas."
Mm-hmm.
We had a bunch of brainstorming, because they just announced Crafting Mama.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make crafts.
Oh, did you finally get that up?
So we made.
I am there.
So he had a bunch of good photoshops of Obama Baby Mama, Nintendo DS Mama, which is too meta for Grandma. We got Soccer Mama, Accidental Mama, Postpartum Depression Mama.
Oh, no. No.
And finally, Yo Mama.
Okay.
We also had Suffrage Mama, and we're trying to get in. We had a bunch of ones we can't.
I do like his Nintendo DS Mama.
Yeah, and the flavor text, the review is weird and self-referential. I don't get it, from GamesRadar. That was the thing, we named our band GamesRadar last night, and the guy at the rock band party, and he pronounced it right.
I know.
He's like, GamesRadar. Damn it! Like, he's gonna think we can't spell or we're so trash. GamesRadar.
I just thought of the successor to the Cooking Mama, the Mama series.
Right.
Scott Peterson.
Oh, no.
No?
What about Science Papa?
I don't get to do one of these.
Hitting you on the nose with the newspaper right
No!
now.
All right, let's switch.
No,
All right.
drop it.
Here we
Drop
go.
it.
We are switching places, Elston and I. Go!
This is totally Blast Core.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is.
It's not really that song.
Dude, I'm not gonna stop
That's
this.
similar enough. That was popular at the time.
You should really stop that.
You don't like Simeon Acres?
No, we're just going to have to... New users, Elston, play with the sound effects at will.
Well, I'm importing the fucking sounds.
Jesus, don't have to get
Is
so
this a
technical.
list I can help with?
Maybe.
Can I import multiple things at once, or do I have to do them one at a time?
Veronica is a professional broadcaster, and at least one of these names I can't read. New users, start from there. Who are new users this week? Announced by the lovely Veronica Belmont.
Jack Splatter.
Ooh.
Babyface. It's Michael Bublé, and I just haven't met you yet. I hope I said that right. Extremor. Yes. Devil Door.
Do a barrel roll.
OMG WTF AF-130. AC-130. Crap.
C-130?
AC-130.
AC-130.
AC-130?
Kung Fu Treachery. No! Ha! 21 Riss.
What are you?
I love saying handles literally.
Yeah.
Triscutable.
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 Triscutable. You like that? That's how smart people say that. Stray Gator.
I couldn't say that. I was dreading saying that because I didn't think I could do it without a southern accent. Stray Gator.
You got a problem with Stray Gator?
Stray Gator.
It's just
Stray
Stray
Gator washed
Gator,
up
man.
here
Just
around 1970.
shoot off a couple warning shots and you should be alright, man.
Freelancer.
Freelancer.
Jay Sherman.
Jay Sherman.
Oh,
It stinks.
Is this the one I'm not supposed to say?
Which one?
I'll change it by mixing up the pronunciation a little bit.
God, this is amping up.
Taint. No, can't do it.
Do it. Yes, you can do it.
Taint by numbers.
Taint by.
I was gonna try. Never mind. Firearm Man.
Firearm Man?
He didn't need to have all that many M's. He
Yeah.
could have just Jacob B. Cousins. Jacob B. Jacob B. Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
I need a job.
Veronica, really?
I know.
Everybody.
I've fallen on hard times.
That's what that is.
Veronica's like 9 jobs and now she needs one.
Super Nintendo Chalmers. Nice.
Ooh.
Maybe Vital. Raoul Duke.
It never ends. I was hoping that, I knew Michael would not have
Chairman Meow. Which is the name of a very famous internet cat.
Oh,
Chairman
yeah,
Meow.
Chairman Meow.
Chairman Meow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got t-shirts and everything. Big Boss said Mario and Luigi. No.
Not that one. I was when I actually decided was trying to relate things they
I thought
said.
that was like the longest username yet.
Well, it's only because we have a shitload of new users, and it's
okay.
because we're really popular, and you should come on like every week and stuff.
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Staying 3 hours late every day.
I kind of have
There
things to
wasn't
do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Reading books and
But what do we got?
Awkward.
What did we start this week? The TalkRadar hotline.
We started the TalkRadar hotline, 1-877 404-1337.
Can you hand me my other beer?
Hey. How about my fourth beer after waking up hungover as shit from puking?
Fifth?
Holy no, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the number 1-877-404-1337.
Leet.
404 Leet. We are extension 327 on that phone number, which is DAR. You can also call that number, and the other extensions for like KOXM is on there. All of Future's podcasts are on there. You can call and record a little message about 30 seconds long, and this is the first time we actually get to play some of them. I don't know how loud.
Did you listen to these first?
I did listen to these. So I'll start it off with a basic one that's just kind of praise. So because it was nice to actually give voice to people, and they can actually, instead of just posting in forums or Twitter or whatever, you can actually call, ask us questions.
Ideally, I'd like to edit these together in one clip in the middle every week.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them are questions.
Oh, okay.
Asking us questions. And this may be a great way to do Ask a Games Journalist because you can just, instead of in a giant thread that's hard to navigate, just call and ask. So this is
That's so weird to say.
Yeah, so we got this one.
Hey, TalkRadar, this is Julian from New York. I wanted to ask you guys, the sound effect you play that's like, that thing creeps the hell out of me. I think is it from Pokemon? Who used to play it?
That is the Mario 3 Warp
10 years
Whistle.
Old, and every time that sound would play, I'd
Zelda Warp Whistle before that.
That is true.
Wait,
every
hang on.
time you play it, it's like, yeah.
That's all. Where is the Zelda?
It says there's a Warp Whistle.
Yeah, I'm looking for it on here. Yeah, it's from Zelda. It's from the original Legend of Zelda / That's not it.
But this one was specifically from Mario.
Although it would be more interesting if it was.
It is kind of a creepy sound.
Yeah, it is. That's why I don't play this part, because it's too soothing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Play it a whole bunch. Creep that guy out.
Here we go, buddy. Are you ready?
Oh,
hilarious. And then here's one for just for Chris.
Cute.
One just for Chris.
What's up, man? This is Edwin, aka Roka. Just calling to say, love the show, man. You guys keep me awake on my long ride home, man. Just keep it up. Chris and pizza smells like pizza.
You still smell like pizza. Is there a way I can?
When is that gonna end? I don't smell like pizza.
You shouldn't have introduced it. It's your fault.
I got called that in kindergarten, and they should never have brought it up.
It's like didn't reading Lord of the Flies teach you anything? I'm assuming you've read it. That guy Piggy.
Piggy.
Yeah, don't call me Piggy, and of course everyone calls him Piggy.
And this one is actually a specific question. I think maybe Michael would have the most reason
really?
or ability to answer this, because I sure don't really have anything to say.
Hi, this is Andrew Shutt, or just the Bowbreaker from the forums.
Ooh.
I was just wondering what your guys' thoughts were on LA Noire. You guys haven't really talked about it much on the podcast, and I mean, it's a pretty interesting game. It's a cool setting. So get back to me. Thanks.
Nobody's played it.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really kept up on it. I know that there was like a small burst of information. I didn't really keep up with it. It is really an interesting concept, though. The setting really interests me. I mean, I'm a big fan of films like Chinatown and L.A. Confidential, and the idea of, L.A. in the 40s or 50s as a cop, that sounds really appealing.
With that rock star attention to detail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Want to do.
I mean, just the Warriors.
Yeah.
How they got every detail of the fucking, 1979, 1980 correct, and went to the trouble. Excited. You seen it, Vern?
Mm-mm.
No?
We actually watched it in the Red Vic. It was really cool.
Which one?
In the Warriors.
The Warriors?
Movie,
Yeah.
yeah.
Love the Warriors.
It was really good.
I watch it once a year in the theater. That's why I love this city.
Yeah, you get a lot of
the Warriors.
But, yeah, I think part of the problem with LA Noire is that it was announced in, 2006, and we're going on almost year 4 of this no information kick. And, I mean, other than having a very boring...
Vaporware.
Yeah, it reeks of vaporware, but only this new cover on a Game Informer cover that was super boring.
But that means they're ready.
Old men and papers.
That means they're ready.
They're finally ready to talk about it.
They're ready to talk about it.
It seems like GTA 4 and Red Dead Redemption sidetracked them, and now they can maybe get back on it. But yeah,
it's a different studio. It's not Rockstar exactly. It's Blue something or other.
But yeah, nobody's had any hands on.
Yeah.
It's just it's still so far out. It seems like. And then finally, we have a question. It's kind of a fun question because the answer it'll probably make us pissed that we don't have a better answer.
Hello, it is Sarcastic Irony.
Hi.
I have a Ask a Games Journalist question
Shoot.
for you. Do you guys receive any royalties or residuals from any of your articles?
That would require
Snap.
That would require a union. What is he talking about?
Oh my god, no!
No! Once
No.
you write something, it's just owned by the company, and
Yeah.
they can release it in anything they want and
Like,
never give
the
you any
best
money.
we can hope for is if we get like a freelance contract outside
Oh.
of work, and then we get a one-time fee
Yeah.
for writing whatever it is. We don't get any sort of royalties. If
That
something's
is rich.
reprinted, we don't get paid again.
Yeah.
We just get our salary and our freelance fees, and that's it.
Yeah, and even if someone for Radar writes for PlayStation the official magazine, there's a freelance fee.
I don't
If
wanna
one of them writes for Radar, then that's a freelance fee. But as far as like, do I get a cut if it's then grabbed and put in a special? No,
No.
it's
No, and that's happened. That's come up a couple of times, and I think I actually asked where like one of my articles was reprinted in a couple different specials, and it's just like, oh, I don't see any more money because
No.
of that.
It's
No.
also
It
almost
just belongs
like
to the company.
in certain cases like that, I don't even know
Yeah,
something
there-
has
yeah.
been like it's just theirs.
Oh yeah, there's probably tons of random shit in the UK that gets published when they collect specials, because we do specials over here that have nothing to do with the UK offices, and it's very likely they print up stuff that's got our shit in it, and my some article I wrote is sitting in some fucking German bookstore.
Sad tale, and I'm not talking shit about our company. I just didn't know this the way it was. Like when I first got here, my photographer friend took that picture of me. You guys may have seen it, where I'm shirtless,
right,
with a Zelda gold chain necklace in front of whales jumping out of the grass in front of a giant American flag.
It's made the rounds.
It's a good picture. I asked my friend, "Can we have permission to use this?" He said yes. And then it's been reprinted in just about every, like not only on GamesRadar, but in almost every future magazine.
It
has
somehow
made an appeance.
Yeah.
He gets nothing. He never got paycheck one. I didn't know. I don't know. It's just how it works. And if they did have to pay people for every time they did that, like nothing would get printed.
Well, technically they should, I would imagine, but I'm guessing because you said you asked for permission,
I
and he
asked
said yes,
explicitly
then,
for his permission.
Yeah. And then finally, we have a correction.
Uh-oh.
And I don't remember this conversation, so hopefully you guys do. I might have been I might have been zoning out at this.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? This is the only black guy in the forum.
Hey, what's up,
I
partner?
just woke up and my breath kind of reeks of period blood right now.
Whoa!
Jesus!
Whoa.
Did that happen?
That's actually not his question.
Oh.
All right.
Make
Okay,
a correction
continue.
to last week's
Sounded
show.
like a question.
You had mentioned that Art Bell was in the game Prey as one of the radio announcers, but it was actually George Norrie who hosts Coast to Coast AM, and that is what was on Prey.
I remember not knowing who Art Bell was.
You guys know that now.
You don't know who Art Bell is?
I do now.
I guess I stand corrected.
I do now.
So
I don't know.
where is
The backwards one isn't there, but it's
where-
called the fair.
No, that's when I'm right.
I know he got you.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. Wow. The Rapar. Jesus. The Raparez got Rapar.
That hurts.
So now you know how it feels.
Wow, that was actually really fun.
I'm going to do this more to people to lash out in return for my pain.
We have any more calls?
The thing is, like, this thing was like flooded with calls like really quickly, and I only had time to go through so many. So like, there's still a huge backlog. So we have them. We just have to go through them, listen, and I got to delete a lot that are like just dead air.
Yeah.
And then one of them's like, oh shit. And it hangs up. It's like, you're not in trouble. Like, you could just keep.
And please
talking.
keep calling.
We can't find you
Yeah.
for leaving a bad. Yes, we can.
I will.
I will find you.
I will find you.
We also can do this really quick since it may lift our spirits a little bit, but it's an ego stroke.
Hey everybody, this is Jacob Broadway, or Jaybird360 as I'm known on the internet.
Hey.
I just want to say that you guys have the greatest podcast ever made, and I recommend you to every gamer I come across.
Sweet.
It has brought me so many laughs over the few months that I've listened to it. It is the best thing ever made. It, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what
we
a
are
sweetie.
best friends, Jacob.
Yay.
So that makes me feel good when I'm about to kill myself every morning.
Every time I'm like, I'm too busy to apply to other jobs. This is ridiculous.
So yeah, again, that's the phone number is 877-404-1337. I don't know how it works. Like if you're in the UK or Australia or Canada, like I don't know how that works.
I don't know where the plus
I
sign
think they
is
can-
for
yeah.
UK numbers.
And it's a toll-free number in the US, but imagine that doesn't factor
Well,
in.
they probably have to pay long distance
Yeah.
stuff anyway.
But if you can find a way, I don't know if you know how international calling works for your country, then by all means.
They could Skype in too.
That is true.
Skype out, I mean.
Yeah, you could use Skype to call the number. It's true. But yeah, that's that. I mean, we'll try to play like 3 or 4 every week, but I really love it. It's a super convenient. You call it, just sends a wave to us, a wave file, so it's super easy.
Keep it under 30 seconds. I even love the idea if you want to answer the question of the week occasionally in that form.
Yeah, I mean, I'm even considering like revamping the way we do question of the week instead of having. But I like the discussion as a thread.
I do.
It is good. So
Pictures
speaking of question of the week, Chris.
Question of the week. What is it? I forgot what we decided on.
Well, did you
I wanted to do what?
What did you not go through last week? We haven't gone through last week.
No,
yet.
I didn't have time to do that.
Oh. Well, we didn't because GDC was the way it is. We didn't have time to go through last week's.
Veronica, I almost read it, but I saw that Big Boss said Mario and Luigi was his gateway into RPGs.
Right.
Which I realized 7 stars was kind of my.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Square games are fun.
You have to understand, I'm talent, so I just read the words that are on the page. You can't expect me to make any kind of judgment call on what's written there.
This is not true. If you go to Vern's Facebook, did I just see a fucking video of you like hooked up to WoW, like hitting level? You were playing WoW.
Yeah.
Weren't you?
No.
Don't deny playing WoW.
No, I play
do.
WoW.
All right, what level?
I'm level 80.
Jesus.
What?
Right.
What do you mean, Jesus?
That's
It doesn't take that long.
That's just sad.
Oh, thanks.
You could have been getting
Thanks.
trophies that whole time.
Yeah,
you may want
that's
to
true.
pay
Good
attention
point.
to what's on that page because I slipped in a lot of just random words into that Lost Planet script.
Oh, like subliminal messaging.
Just subliminal things that will probably...
Third letter of every word, that's all I'm saying, guys.
Yeah,
Third letter of every word.
But yeah, we didn't have time to go through question of the week again, which why this phone line may become very handy in the future for that. But last week's question was, what was your gateway game that got you interested in a franchise you'd previously ignored? Part of our Final Fantasy week, because Final Fantasy was a lot of people's entrance into RPGs.
Does Vern have one?
Entrance into RPG?
Just anything.
Any
like,
game?
Yeah,
game.
like you
a
never played a
genre.
first-person shooter until this game, or cared about them until this game.
Oh, man. Let's see.
Should have given you more time.
My first shooter, and it was late, because I kind of stayed away from shooters for
me
a
too.
while, was probably Ghost Recon.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a third person?
Ghost Recon 2.
Graw 2.
Yeah.
Graw 2.
Wait, Graw or Ghost Recon?
Ghost
I
Recon.
think she means
Oh,
Ghost
okay.
Recon.
Ghost
Yeah,
Recon
I mean, Ghost
2.
Recon. Ghost Recon 2. So
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
like 6 years ago, I guess.
That sounds
I
right.
wrote
Yeah.
a preview of that game for GMR.
GMR?
Yeah, back when it seemed far off and amazing.
Michael, where can we get a copy of GMR?
You
your
used to be able to buy them at
that's too
Electronics Boutique.
That's
You can
too
find
bad.
them at your local landfill.
Yeah.
Aw, I really like that.
Lots of them
magazine,
there.
by the way. Goodness.
Stacked with the XBNs. Both great magazines.
Let's do this.
Sure.
This week's question, we were kind of just trying to decide how to word this, but it's basically...
Because I am definitely tired of slamming the Wii and motion controls. There's clearly some way this can work.
Yeah.
And just because we haven't stumbled upon the method how doesn't mean we can't have good games with motion controls. I refuse to believe the controller is the end-all be-all of gaming.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see what you had a different way of phrasing it, but I sort of wanted to see what games you think could adapt well, or you would like to see with motion controls.
Yeah, the general tone is kind of like it can be one of two things. Basically, I just kind of want to know, what do you guys actually think of motion controls? Is anyone listening interested at all in PlayStation Move? Do you actively play Wii and like that where the motion controls have gone? It is kind of just a status check, a status update of what everyone out there thinks of motion controls. Also, Chris's angle was what would you like to see them do with them?
Or a genre, or something that maybe hasn't been addressed. Cause
like a game that would actually benefit from motion controls that they haven't done or haven't done right. Just kind of a general motion control. Let's actually have a discussion. You can bitch about them. You can say, actually, there is promise here. Whatever you'd like. I just kind of would like to know what our audience thinks about motion controls. Or, hey, call the hotline, and it'll be a very easy way
call
to play
the hotline. 1-877
Hey, everybody, call
404 Elite DAR. Elite DAR.
Elite Extension DAR.
Elite DAR.
We're going to be giving away... remember those jokes about the Subway prize van?
Remember when we were funny?
Oh, God. No.
So... we were never funny.
There's an animated video on the page of me talking about masturbating in front of my grandfather.
Yeah, Snazzy One made another great animation.
Over the phone, excuse me, over the phone.
It was
an accident. wasn't.
Shit happens. What are you
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Also, I guess, we kind of talked about PlayStation Move, so it kind of encapsulated our opinions even to this point. But I guess if there's a genre we were thinking would benefit,
genre hitting people, karate.
Well, that's
karate fall down.
Is party a genre?
Playing the game Tournament of Legends.
Yeah,
today, like the Wii totally abandoned slasher, like. Just hitting things.
Well, they had like Samurai Warriors.
They did, but since the delay in the controller, everybody kind of realized like when you throw left, you're basically just hitting a button.
It's like hitting a button, yeah.
And I don't know. I think that's what I wanted to see, like a real lightsaber game. Like who wouldn't want to see that?
I want a fucking sword and shield.
Yeah, a sword
big
and shield
time.
game.
Like they demoed that, and
that's what
I
looks
want
cool
that.
to me.
Yeah, I don't know why it's. Well, I have an idea of why it's taken them so long to do that. Aside from the lack of 1-1 controls, is that if you have like the Jedi lightsaber duel, which for some reason is the holy grail for the Wii, everybody wants to see that. What happens in a lightsaber duel? They keep getting the lightsabers caught on each other.
Yeah,
I know there's no force.
Yeah,
there's
like
there.
So that'll happen. Your sword in the game will be stuck on the other guy's lightsaber, and your Wii remote will continue to sail through the air, and it will just fuck up the whole experience.
I totally agree.
I was thinking in terms of Move, and I know this is a giant sacrilege, but I'm really enjoying God of War right now. And I'm sort of intrigued by the idea of what if
that would be a workout.
Yeah,
it would be a
Can
workout.
you imagine?
It would be a great workout, but
Especially when
it
you get
also
to
like I feel like I would learn
No
more.
spoilers.
I would learn more. Are you spoiling?
But no, I said no
God
spoilers.
of War's next week.
No spoilers.
Next
Well,
week.
they've made a lot of games like that on Wii. That like Dragon Blade was a specific God of War clone.
They did, but it wasn't like God of War does something a little different.
Dante's Inferno.
And since
this one was with motion controls.
This is an option.
No, but I'm seeing that would be one game.
This is an option on the PlayStation now.
Right.
To do that with a God of War character. And what God of War does that almost no other game does is that it doesn't throw you in like a giant open field. It gives you a very clearly defined path. So movement in God of War, in my opinion, is almost it's like an afterthought. Like you don't have to move around much.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
Well, no.
You have to dodge a lot.
You
Yeah,
evade.
but-
You evade, but
you don't
like,
have. It's not like an open sandbox kind of world.
yeah, it's not like
Just-
because I wanted to say like Soul Calibur, but they did Soul Calibur Legends, and we all saw how that came out.
Yeah, I mean, there's that to me that genre does not work because you're just gonna be waggling the whole time, like, and that's been
But
abandoned
what if?
at
But
this point.
that's the thing. I think that was.
But what if it
that's
mattered?
What the Wii did is that it made waggle the default for everything.
Right.
Not like if I want to slash up, I slash up,
Right.
and I do it immediately, or I slash left, or cycle.
Eventually, you figure out that like it doesn't really matter if I actually swing my arm or if I just twitch my wrist.
Right.
But the
But
result is
I'm
the
not
same.
going to play a game like God of War that's that long with that many enemies and like go through all of these motions.
But what if
not
the-
to kill 400 fucking
This is not
skeletons?
an argument.
What if
That's a
the
lot
blades
of
were
skeletons.
1-1? Like you swing your arms, Kratos swings his arms exactly like that.
That'd be so cool.
Again,
Same
would it?
thing. I'm going to hit
See?
it. The same thing. I'm going to fight a boss that's 10
Look,
stories tall.
The
and
question,
nothing's
the
happening to my
question
real
is,
arms. That's
what would
just
you
me
like to
doing
see?
this.
Just try and put. I'm trying to put a positive spin on motion controls. I believe there's some future here. People just haven't gotten there. Saying that you just don't want to move your arm. Well, whatever. You might want to move your arm. I like Sonic Blast Man in the arcade.
That was moving one arm forward fast.
Into something hard.
Yeah. There was tactile feedback, though. That's the problem.
That's true.
There's
That's
no.
true.
I feel like I'm just doing everything in a void.
You know what I think would actually be good for motion controls is a game like Heavy Rain.
I was going to say that. That was my answer. Thanks.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Awesome.
Oh, both of you.
Great.
Go ahead. I
Take
want to
my
hear.
answer.
Huh, go ahead.
Well, there's just so much. It's like real world experience. You know, you're walking around a convenience store. You're walking around home, picking up objects, looking not home. You know, your actual house in the game, and that's the kind of. There's not a lot of hand-to-hand kind of combat. There is in the game, but it wouldn't be the same kind of God of War experience where you're fighting against tons and tons of dudes at the same time.
That makes
So I think it would lend really well, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe the closest good answer because what they've been trying.
Fuck you.
No, because what they're
Hey, what the fuck? It's an opinion. It
Because
can't be bad.
The problem is they're trying to shoehorn motion controls into pre-existing genres when none of these pre-existing game types need or benefit from them.
Yeah.
So something like Heavy Rain, which is a very strange place to be anyway, something like that is more where motion controls can actually flourish. Because if you just drop motion controls in a first-person shooter, it sucks. I don't care. Sucks. Motion controls in a third-person action game sucks. Motion controls in anything with no tactile force feedback sucks. but something that's new and not something that's... Because otherwise we're just going to be comparing it the whole time to how it played with a controller. And with those comparisons always there, it's not going to work. You need something... They're going to have to think of something new.
We need, like, power gloves.
Yes.
But, like, force feedback.
Yes.
Yeah. And
like Minority
move your
Report.
hands.
And goggles
Shit
and
happens,
suits.
And goggles.
Virtual reality suits.
I've worn that vest that, like, shoots you.
Oh, yeah?
And you get the punches.
Yes.
So is there any point to that at
Guns. Well, yeah, because you're playing games and you get shot. And it makes you feel like something's
Coming
happening.
up very soon.
It hits you in the head. It kind of hurts when you have the helmet on.
2011.
The airbag
Let's
expands in your forehead.
2011. Keep an eye out for the Nintendo Hurt Locker.
I would so play an adaptation of that.
Well, I don't
that
know,
might
Vern.
actually get people to watch the movie.
I don't know, Vern.
What?
Well, I don't know, Vernon.
Looks kind of arty. I
didn't-
can tell you what commercial that's from, but I won't.
Can you really?
Yes.
I dare you.
He's leaning up against...
Was it milk?
No, he's actually talking about it's an ad for a local TV news station, and he's in Vern's garage, and he's got a bucket of paint sitting there, and he's painting his table.
Could you hit the sound effect for yourself?
Yeah, I'll do myself here.
Yeah.
And he goes like, and they are on the action, and he hits the bucket of paint over on his desk, and he's like, oh no, he's ruined the desk, and he's like, well, I don't know, Vern, it looks kind of artsy.
Well, I don't know, Vernon.
Oh, yes.
I know more about Jim Varney than is acceptable.
Yeah.
It's too much. So I'm getting out of here.
Are we switching back?
From Tub... Well, you could probably get a virus from Tub Girl, yes. I doubt that. She sullied herself.
All right, transition music is
in
over.
the most literal way.
Oh. Hi. Okay, Vern, we're done.
We're done.
We are done. What is everybody doing next week?
South by.
What?
South by Southwest.
Oh, you are. You're going down there?
I'm coming back on Tuesday, but
Are you going to be broadcasting anything live from
Nope.
there? No.
I'm going to party.
Are you really? I was there once, and I thought it was amazing.
We're having a GDGT party on Monday night
Really?
in Austin. Yeah.
So
you should all come.
But you have Qore hitting this week, right?
What?
Qore's hitting this week? Or next week?
Yes, today. Today, Thursday.
Thursday.
So yesterday.
So now.
Now. It's out now.
What are you covering?
New Qore. We've got, we're working on multiple episodes at once, so they're all running through in my head at the same time.
I know there's Final Fantasy 13.
Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, Lost Planet 2. Lost Planet 2.
Which was?
The God of War comic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
God of War comic. And, you're killing me here.
What? Everybody knows.
I'm supposed to know this stuff.
Anything on Techzilla? Are you doing any more riff tracks?
No, not doing any more riff tracks. I really would love to,
Mm-hmm.
but they're all the way down in San Diego.
I can stand in for you.
I did just watch the Twilight one, though, and it was so funny.
Yes, I really want to see the Twilight one.
Yeah, hold on. I want to see exactly what came out here. You're killing me.
We can go back to Vern. I am doing more daily things.
Yeah, if you look at the radar feed, we
got it. No, sorry.
Go back to Vern. Cut back to Vern.
I don't have Wi-Fi. Go back.
Cut back to me. Cut back to me. I'm doing more daily stuff. I think I'll be writing up something about, what is it? The grinder, which you just heard about.
Yeah.
I got something on Need for Speed World coming up next week, and possibly some dick and fart jokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to go out on a limb like that.
Look, I'm willing to do this. I'll state my reputation on it.
If
there
you look
will
at
be
the,
dick and fart
Make
jokes.
me do a password. But it was Final Fantasy 13, Dead to Rights Retribution.
That's what it is.
Yes,
You were in
Planet
England
2 and God of War graphic novel.
with Volatile. They're nice guys,
Mhm.
and I'm actually interested in Dead to Rights. Even like, why are they resurrecting
It's pretty
this?
brutal.
Oh, this is really nasty.
Brutal, yeah.
I'll take this. And the dog. I love the dog. Is it Ghost? What's his
Shadow?
name? Shadow.
Yeah.
Shadow.
Sorry, it's hard for me to remember because we literally work on episodes
Mm-hmm.
like 2 or 3 months in advance, and I'm scared I'm going to say the wrong game and then give it away and then be like, crap!
We're working on the PSP start and
PSP cancel.
Bad joke. Bad joke.
Yeah, if you look at the radar features feed, which is where we update every day,
Mhm.
there's generally been like 2 or 3 things a day, and if you've been reading this week, there's been like 5, 12 a day, 20 a day. You may see more of that, and a drastic
I did a
improvement as of next week.
A
so
pictorial
You did a
quiz.
naked pictorial? What?
I did a If you need me to, if it'll be on Qore, I want to be on. I want to be in HD.
Oh yeah.
I want to be just back hair and all. Oh yeah, nice little gut. Oh, thank you, jerk. I was gonna give you a watch too.
You took that back. How
I
rude.
know.
I did. She wasn't paying attention.
Nope.
I forgot. Oh, I did a quiz. I did
This
a
is why I
pictorial.
can't have nice things.
Pictorial
They just get taken
quiz
away.
on the Wii Remote and the PlayStation Move. If I blurred out the controller from the lifestyle shots, can't you tell what these happy, multiracial, perfect teeth, thin people are playing?
And I love that the answer at the end of the article.
The answer may surprise you.
The answer may surprise you. Makes the whole thing funny.
Yep. Hank is staring me down. Why is everybody still here?
Yep.
Yeah. That's it. Go ahead.
No, like I don't have anything going up next week, but we keep an eye on the features feed. Like the site is updating much more regularly now, so click on features, and probably this time next week for TalkRadar 93, we'll be able to tell you a lot more about that.
Okay. Good.
What's taking us out this week?
Michael has a bunch of shit going on.
Oh, Michael.
Well,
does.
yeah, probably most of it daily. But right now, the only thing I've got planned is Guide to God of War 3, going up the day the game releases, so everybody can get all the Gorgon-Eyes and Phoenix Feathers and Minotaur Horns and everything else.
I heard Gorgon Eyes.
I know.
As I'm really Gorgonized.
Let's Gorgonize.
Right.
Gorgon-Eyes. Power Rangers. Gorgon-Eyes.
Michael, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think next week will be our God of War extravaganza. We have a lot of... Remember I told you that thing I discovered in God of War that I'd really like to showcase?
Maybe.
In the first God of War?
I do.
Sure.
You don't remember, do you?
No. Oh, right. Yes. No, I remember.
There you go.
Which you did review it this week. It did go up.
Yes.
Yeah, the review's live.
And you gave it a...
I gave it a 10.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm replaying the first one.
It is pretty brutal.
It is.
It is.
Especially when you kill the gods. That is.
Oh, yeah.
That is kind of fucked up.
They.
Really?
Yes.
That's
well,
an
you
interview.
saw one of them.
Shit out of
No, I didn't.
You saw? Didn't you see the Poseidon one?
No.
No.
Oh, man.
No.
Oh,
That's like the one everyone's seen.
Mm-mm. Or was it the E3 demo?
The one that takes place in second person.
Oh, that is.
Big
I
spoiler.
love that. They do a
No.
lot of stuff like that in the game, and it's really awesome.
No. But I'm
You-
playing
you-
I'm playing the first two and having a ridiculous amount of fun. So I cannot wait to play.
Like the trophy you get on the very last one.
Uh-oh.
Do you know what I'm talking about? The very last big fight. You get a special trophy for doing something. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Ooh. Belmont spoiler.
Try not to spoil things.
Are we done, or should we go?
Yeah,
we should go.
What's taking us out?
What is taking us out? This is something I'd wanted to close out with before, but pardon our awkwardness. Somebody asked me on the Ustream feed that somebody told me I should ask Veronica out.
Oh, yes, I remember
This is
that.
true. And I said, she wishes. Sure, I doubt it.
I believe your answer was again?
Again. Never gonna happen. No offense, Veronica. I love you from afar. But if we...
in a creepy Charlie Tim Schafer kind of way.
If Taco Belmont and Smells Like Pizza got together, it would be Combination Pizza Hut Taco Bell by Daz Racist and Wallpaper. Wallpaper remix, and that's taking us out. Bye.
Wow. Pizza Hut. We're at the Taco Bell. We're at the Combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. We at the Pizza Hut. We at the Taco Bell. We at the Combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Where you at? I don't see you. I'm at the Pizza Hut. I'm at the Taco Bell. I don't see you. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. Right here at the Pizza Hut.
The combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell on Jamaica Avenue.
Jamaica Avenue. That's where I'm at. Where you at? Jamaica Avenue. No, that's where I'm at. Where you at? I don't see you here, dog. I'm at the Pizza Hut. I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. I'm at the Pizza Hut. I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. One more time. I'm at the Pizza Hut. One more time. I'm at the Taco Bell. One more time. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
You let those suckers get to the power box, and now we're all cut off.